Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Manoj sir. Good morning, Kirtana. Good morning, others. तो सबका नाश्ता हो गया? चाय कॉफी? हाँ. Yes or no in the chat box. कौन कौन है? सोहम सर, हो गया नाश्ता कि नहीं? राकेश, हुआ चाय कॉफी नाश्ता? यस. अरे डन. ओके. हर्षा, व्हाट अबाउट यू? यस. अरे चलो देन एवरीवन. आई होप एवरीवन हैव अटेंडेड द यस्टरडे सेशन बेसिक ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन. किसने किसने अटेंड किया बताओ मुझे. डिड यू अटेंड और नॉट? अटेंड किया क्या आपने? यस और नो? चलो 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 बताओ. अरे सर, नो सर. ओके देन. Okay, see, what we'll do now, first we'll revise the basic, we'll revise the 5 steps, and then कि whenever subsidiaries adjustment is there, it will take one hit or two hit, everyone. If subsidiaries profit is affected, it will take one hit or two hit. Two hit. If parents profit is affected, it will take one hit or two hit. One hit, yes. ये basic सबको आना चाहिए. Yes. Okay, okay. Now we'll first revise the 5 basic steps, and then we will see the important adjustment. Then we'll move to step acquisition, step disposal, foreign operation, the definition part, and your cash flow. Okay. So chalo then, let us start with the revision of group accounting in 3, 2, 1, and go. So basically, group accounting when coming to SBR, it's important that we know the definition also. Sir, business का meaning क्या होता है? What does control means? Which company is the acquirer? What is joint operation? What is joint venture? What is foreign operation? What is functional currency? Then a fair value theory. How should we present that? Then you have what goodwill calculation theory. Yes or no? Each and everything. So now we have taken the example of Reliance and Jio. We'll continue with that only. I say Reliance company has purchased 70% in J company. So it will become what? A subsidiary. So more than 50% shareholding, it's a subsidiary. If it's less than 20%, we say it's a financial asset. And if it is more than that, we say associate. Yes? Yes, sir. Then we have seen individual financial statement, separate financial statement, consolidated financial statement. Individual financial statement का meaning क्या होता है? When parent company has not acquired any company, will not say it's parent company. A company has not acquired any company. In that case, this company will prepare individual financial statement. This company will prepare individual financial statement. But I say, Reliance company acquired Jio company. So Reliance company will prepare what? Separate financial statement. Instead of individual financial statement, we say this as separate financial statement. Then Jio Limited also will prepare what? Separate financial statement. So Reliance company will record the investment in Jio company in separate financial statement using which standard? IAS 27. There are 2 to 3 past papers regarding this. So in separate books, how do we recognize? In separate books, can I say we recognize cost, fair value, or equity method? Yes, sir. Then coming to the consolidated financial statement. Why do we prepare a consolidated financial statement? When we prepare consolidated financial statement, the important assumption is what, everyone? That both the companies are one only. It's a one single economic entity. Yes, sir. This was the basic example we had taken how consolidation is done. Now a question to everyone. When you do consolidation, will you do 90 percentage or will you do 100 percentage consolidation? Will you consider the 70 percentage, 80 percentage? Will you mention each and everywhere 80 percentage for each and every? Nahi, baba. We do 100 percentage consolidation and then we show what separately the NCI part. NCI part we show in what? NCI part we show in equity part. Yes, sir. So with this should be clear to everyone. I hope everyone knows. group, when we'll say it is a group, when parent and subsidiary is there. So date of acquisition का meaning क्या हुआ? The day when we get control. If it's a parent company, on the date on which the parent company will get control, we'll say its acquisition date. From this date, we will start with the consolidation. We'll start with what? The consolidation. Yes, sir. Then CFS, we prepare, we add each and everything together, and equity, the share capital, share premium, we eliminate it. Simple. Then non-controlling interest, if I have 70%, the remaining will be with some other party. That is known as what? NCI, 30%, 20%, and we show this in equity. Yes, sir. Then coming to this retained earnings. Now, why do we see the date of retain on the date of acquisition and on the reporting date? Why do we consider the retained earnings? Why do we consider the retained earnings of subsidiary? चलो बताओ मेरे को. Why? What is the main reason, main logic? Subsidiaries companies retain earnings we see on the date of acquisition and at the reporting date. Why? क्यों करते हैं ये पर? To calculate what? Can I say to calculate post acquisition profits? Yes, sir. And this retained earnings, can I say this retained earning is as at, it is as at the year end. It's not for the year, but yes, sir. So this whatever is the movement during the year, this during the year movement is known as post acquisition profit, and this should be given to whom? This should be given to parent and NCI. Step number 4, step number 5. Yes, sir. If it's a mid-year, then what should we do? The pre-acquisition profits will not consider, only the post-acquisition part we will consider. Yes, sir. Now coming to the purchase consideration. So what are the different types of purchase consideration, everyone? Cash consideration. Yes, sir. Cash is given. So debit, investment, credit, cash. Then share exchange. Sir, in share exchange, what do we see? In share exchange, a Reliance company will give its own shares to whom? Reliance company will give its own shares to Jio company. Yes, sir. So Reliance will issue its shares. So debit, investment, credit, share capital, credit, share premium. Yes, sir. So then see, this is the formula which is very important. First, we calculate the number of shares acquired. The number of shares acquired. Then we see what? To this, we apply the ratio. We get the number of shares. The number of shares. Yeah. The number of shares purchased. Then we get the number of shares issued. Then we get total value of the investment by considering the fair value of what? Fair value of the parent company share price. Sir, if subsidiaries company share price is given, why this will be given, everyone? चलो बताओ मुझे. Why will the subsidiaries share price be given? For calculation of fair value of what? NCI. Net asset consideration, yes or no? As well as fair value of the NCI. Yes, sir. Then coming to deferred consideration. Sir, deferred consideration का क्या meaning है? Deferred consideration means the payment is done in future. So in future, after 2 years, I will do this payment. So I'll consider this, I will discount it better. So debit, investment, credit, deferred consideration, I record it by discounting. And every year we do unwinding. ये जो unwinding का interest है, this interest will belong to which company, everyone? This interest will only belong to parent company, and parent company profit is affected. So which step? बताओ, which step? Step number 5. हाँ जी सर. Now everyone, you will think कि सर ये तो FR में आता है. September exam, 6 marks was tested regarding share exchange and deferred consideration. Where the adjustment was not done, you had to do it. Same like your FR adjustment. So out of 13 to 14 marks, 6 marks adjustment will be from your FR only. Same. It will be same. So these small points are very, very important. Deferred consideration, we will show this as a liability. Yes, sir. Non-current liability, and over the period we charge the interest. Then coming to contingent consideration. Can I say contingent consideration is very important for SBR? Now everyone say this is recorded at what value? At what value you will recognize this? Contingent consideration, at what value you will recognize this? Present or fair value? Array, we recognize this at fair value now, everyone. Yes or no? So whenever a question comes in your pre-mock, also a question is there regarding this one only. Easy 3 marks were there. You had to explain that the goodwill calculation did not include this. If the goodwill calculation is not including this, everyone, what will you do? See, you have to do the adjustments vertically, everyone. I hope you know in SBR. In goodwill calculation, this contingent consideration is not included. Now, if you have to include, how will you do the adjustment? बताओ मुझे. If you have to do the adjustment, let's say goodwill is calculated and they have recorded it, but they have not considered this, then what will you do? If the contingent consideration, your purchase consideration will increase, what will happen to goodwill? What will happen to goodwill? Let's say they have calculated goodwill as 20. In this 20, they have not adjusted the contingent consideration of 10. Now, what will you do? Array increase karo idhar 10. Write down your contingent consideration. And then in non-current liability, show this 10. This is the way how you do the adjustment. समझ में आया सबको? Vertically, how do you do? Just remember the basic. It will be easy, bete. Yes, sir. So now when you're revising now for each adjustment, do this way so that it will be easy for you in the exam. Yes, sir. So contingent consideration we recognize at fair value. And can I say at each reporting date we should measure the fair value better? At each reporting date we have to measure the fair value. Sir, either the fair value of the contingent consideration will increase. If the fair value of the contingent consideration will increase, can I say it is a loss? Liability value increase हो रहा. If the value is decreasing, it is a gain. So we recognize this in the step number 5, retain earnings, and in P&L we recognize in operating category. So mention that the contingent consideration is recognized at fair value on the date of acquisition, and this will increase the goodwill. So if fair value is not given, we will follow IFRS 13. Then at each reporting date or the subsequent measurement, we consider the fair value. Any difference, the fair value changes are recognized in P&L as a gain or loss under operating category. Write down 2 sentences, 2 marks done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With this part is done. Now, everyone, if any acquisition cost is there, can I say this is an expense better? If any acquisition cost is there, this is an expense we recognize in P&L under operating category, but in balance sheet we adjust in retained earnings. Yes, sir. So with this, your purchase consideration is done. We have something, an important point in SBR. What is that, everyone? What is the one more consideration which we have to cover? Bata? In loop load question, we have discussed this. Can I just share? Yes? We'll come to that later. Yes, sir. Step 2, solve the question. Step number 1. Now, when coming to SBR, is it compulsory that you prepare each and every step? Batao mere ko. Everyone. Is it important that you prepare each and every step? Are nahi, Bhavan, nahi. No. There is no such requirement that you have to prepare step 1, step 2 in SBR. No, 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 no. The calculation will be done by the accountant. Some mistake will be there. Correct karo bas usko. So step number 1, what is this group structure? We identify the date of acquisition, reporting date, the percentage acquired. Then step number 2, sir, why do we do step number 2? We do the step number 2 to calculate the post-acquisition profits, everyone. Is this step important? Yes, especially this step is important for SBR students, as I mentioned. आपके लिए बहुत important है ये step. Yes, sir. So what we record, share capital, share premium, retain earnings, and revaluation surplus. And then you do multiple fair value adjustments, better. Then you get what? The net asset at the date of acquisition and at the reporting date. Thus, difference will be your post-acquisition profit. Thus, difference will be your post-acquisition profits. And this post-acquisition profit we will allocate to step 5 and we will allocate to step number 4 for the NCA based on the percentage. Hanji, sir. Now, if revaluation surplus is there here, revaluation ka movement hai here. If you allocate to NCA, no problem. But will you show the revaluation surplus in the step number 5 or will you do an additional working note? No additional working note should be done. Yes, sir. So previous attempt I mentioned a December attempt IAS 16 was tested revaluation. So IAS 16 आया था ये revaluation surplus where subsidiaries assets are also revalued, parents assets are also revalued. For one there is a loss, there is a revaluation surplus. Remember IAS 16, Baba. If already there is a revaluation surplus and in the next year I have a loss, what will I do? That loss I will offset with what? The revaluation surplus. Yes, sir. Your step number 2 is done. Then see, whenever the profit of subsidiary is affected, which step you will adjust better? अरे कभी भी subsidiary का profit effect होगा, how will you adjust it? Step number 2. Whenever parent's profit is adjusted, how will you adjust in step number 5? Sir, in our exam, how should we do this, sir? in your exam, can I say everyone, you have to do the adjustment vertically or not? Now, whenever subsidiaries profit is affected, can I say in NCA also there will be an effect? And in group retained earnings also there will be an effect, yes or no? Vertically. जब आप vertically कुछ adjustment करोगे, yes or no? It will affect both the things or not here? Hmm? Yes? Yes, sir. Chalo, this then goodwill calculation. There are two methods for goodwill calculation. The first one is proportionate net asset method. In proportionate net asset method, what do we see? In proportionate net asset method, we consider the NCI based on the net asset on the date of acquisition. So purchase consideration, as we have seen, add the NCI value, that is net asset on the date of acquisition, into NCI percentage less fair value of the asset on the date of acquisition. You get goodwill at the date of acquisition. This goodwill be recognized under non-current asset if it's a positive figure. If it's a negative figure, this is known as what, everyone? If it's a negative figure, this is known as gain on bargain purchase, and we will recognize this in step number 5. Step number 5. Step number 5. Yes, sir. In the March exam, do not be surprised to see a gain or bargain purchase adjustment coming. Do not be surprised to see that. Now, if you get a gain on bargain purchase, will you recognize this in balance sheet or P&L? बताओ मेरे को. Will you recognize this in balance sheet or P&L? अरे P&L बाबा. P&L, not in balance sheet. Yes, Om sir, बताओ.
सर गेन ऑन बार्गेन परचेज ऑपरेटिंग कैटेगरी में जाएगा ना पीएनएल के?
Yes, बेटे, yes.
ओके.
अपन आएंगे वो जब P&L करेंगे ना. Again in P&L I mention those point. Yes, sir. So then you charge impairment. Now here impairment, everyone, in case of proportionate net asset method, if impairment is there, you will allocate this impairment only to this impairment we will only allocate to whom, sir? This impairment we will only allocate to parent. Yes, sir. Now when you do the adjustment vertically, आप adjustment कैसे करोगे बताओ मुझे. ये goodwill का value है impairment. You will reduce goodwill here, and from what will you reduce? अरे group retain earnings से reduce करो. Double entry double entry system. I hope you are able to recall your class 11th and 12th basic, baba. Yes, sir. So this is done. Then we had discussed, sir, here the goodwill will only belong to parent. हमने detail में discuss किया था example लेके, why, what is the logic reason. Now we'll not get into that detail. Then coming to full goodwill method. In full goodwill method, what will happen, sir? So purchase consideration होगा cost of investment. Then add the fair value of the NCA. Fair value of the NCA दिया होगा क्वेश्चन में. हाँ जी सर. अगर नहीं दिया तो क्या करेंगे? If the fair value of the NCA is not given, everyone, what do we do? Sir, we take the subsidiary share capital into the NCA percentage into the share price of subsidiary company. Yes, sir. Then less fair value of the net asset on the date of acquisition. Goodwill at the date of acquisition, we get less impairment. Now this impairment, how will you do the adjustment, everyone? ये जो impairment है, we will allocate to both the parties. That is parent and NCA. Parent step number 5, NCA step number 4. Sir, when we do vertically the adjustment, how do we do, sir? अरे कुछ नहीं करना है. ये तो गुडविल इम्पेयरमेंट लिखना आपको. reduce the goodwill by 10, NCI 2, group retain earnings, let's say 8, minus it. Clear? How do we do the adjustment vertically? Yes, sir. Then see, NCI, it is not given calculated. Impairment, we allocate. See, your journal entry should be very strong. When coming to FR, now we say कि okay, आपको याद है step तो चलो कोई issue नहीं. But especially when coming to SBR, your journal entry should be strong. If any wrong treatment is done, how should you correct it? First mention whatever is the journal entry the examiner has recorded. Then write down the correct entry and then cancel out and calculate the correct entry. You have done this in your class 11th and 12th. Yes, yes, बेटे. I'll come to that point. I'll come to that point. मैं आऊंगा वो point पर. ठीक है. Yes. So whether it is a full goodwill method or proportionate method, can I say if there is gain on bargain purchase, it will always be allocated to whom? Parent only. It will always be allocated to parent. Yes, sir. Then step number 4, NCA. If we are measuring the NCA using two methods, so NCA also calculation, there will be two methods. One is proportionate net asset method, that is fair value of the net asset at the date of acquisition into the NCA percentage. Add post acquisition profit, add post acquisition revaluation surplus. Haan ji sir. You get NCA at the reporting date. Then full goodwill method. In full goodwill method, what do we see, everyone? Sir, fair value of the NCA given in the question. If it's not given, calculate it. Then add post acquisition profit, less impairment share, less what? Impairment share. Yes, sir. We get the NC at the reporting date. Simple. Then step number 5, group retained earnings. Write down the parent company's group retained earnings. It will be given in the question. Add the post-acquisition profit which belongs to parent subsidiary ka. Less impairment. If it's proportionate method, we reduce the entire amount. If it's full goodwill method, we only consider the percentage. Less deferred consideration, interest on deferred consideration interest. Then fair value changes. Fair value changes in what? Fair value changes in the contingent consideration we have to adjust. With this, you get what? Your total group retained earning. There are multiple adjustments which we do. Yes, sir. So with this, the first 5 steps are done. Any doubts to anyone in the 5 steps? नहीं ना? Clear है? Clear others? No doubts. Okay. See, understand. Again and again, I'm saying revision marathon ka important. What is the importance of revision marathon? That as I'm discussing the points, you are able to recall. If you're not able to recall, note it down कि sir मेरे को ये revision करना है. Simple. This topic consolidation we have discussed in 30 hours in our regular classes. अभी ये 30 hours का अपन 2 घंटे में कर रहे हैं. तो it's just a revision. If you are not able to recall this point, note it down कि sir मेरे को ये revise करना है. That should be the important point when you are attending the revision marathon. Yes, sir. Chalo, with this part is done. Then multiple questions we had done in the class. Then coming to the most important adjustment, fair value of the assets and liabilities. Whenever a question comes, what will you say? Can I say all the assets and liabilities of the subsidiary company are acquired at fair value on the date of acquisition? We follow IFRS 3. And these assets and liabilities should meet the definition of what? Conceptual framework. It should be an identifiable. It should be what, everyone? It should be an identifiable asset. Yes, sir. Now see, whenever the fair value is increasing, everyone, can I say on the date of acquisition, we will increase the net asset. On the reporting date also, we increase the asset and the less depreciation we charge here. Yes, sir. So in balance sheet, what is the increase? Ultimate increase कितना करेंगे balance sheet में अपन बेटे? What is the ultimate increase in the balance sheet? That is 160. Now, see, this adjustment, how will you do? This 40, which is an additional depreciation, this additional depreciation will belong to whom all? This additional depreciation will belong to whom all? Will it take one hit or two hit? Retain earnings are. Then this 40 additional depreciation which is there, will it take one hit or two hit? Two hit, yes or no, everyone? It will take two hit. Why it will take two hit? Array, this belongs to whom? Subsidiary company. So where will you adjust? Can I say out of this 40, 20% you'll give to NCI, 80% you'll give to whom? 80% you'll give to whom? Parent. Clear? Yes, sir. This should be clear, I hope. Yes, sir. Then on the balance sheet date, you'll increase this value. Then coming to fair value decrease. If fair value decrease is there, can I see additional saving will be there, better? Additional saving will be there in your depreciation. This additional saving we will allocate to whom all? This additional saving again we will allocate to whom all? Sub parent and NCI. We will allocate to parent and NCI. NCI step number 5 and step number 4 and group retained earning step number 5. Sir, if you do the adjustment in step number 2, can I say it will be automatically considered or not? If I do the adjustment in your step number 2, it will be automatically considered or not? Yes, sir, it will be automatically considered that. If it is automatically considered, then there is no such problem. But in your SBR exam, can I say mistake will be done? You have to correct, na? It's not that your FR that will prepare the entire steps. Yes, sir. So this is done. Then fair value of the inventory, same inventory value, we increase it on the date of acquisition reporting date. If we are selling any inventory, this will be an additional expense. We reduce the inventory value and this is an additional expense which is accounted in what? Which is accounted in the post acquisition profits. Yes, sir. This done. Yes, sir. Then see everyone. Fair value adjustments. I want to discuss this one. Important. Now, everyone, yesterday we have done the revision of financial instruments. We have seen that financial asset equity method a financial asset equity, we follow fair value through P&L, fair value through OCI. Now, can I say subsidiary could have some financial asset? Bete? That financial asset we should recognize at fair value. Yes, sir. And the reporting date also. But sometimes what will happen? Can I say after the acquisition, in the post acquisition period, can I say the fair value will increase? ऐसे हो सकता है कि नहीं? After the post acquisition period, can I say the fair value can increase? Yes. If after the post acquisition period the increase is there, can I say this increase will belong to whom all? This increase will belong to whom all? Both or only one party? It will belong to both, I hope. Yes. Yes, sir. Why? This is a subsidiaries item. So subsidiaries item, what will happen? So subsidiaries item, it will have two effects. Yes, sir. So with this part is also done. Then coming to recognition exception, a very important topic. Can I say this is multiple, this is tested or not multiple times in your exam? Yes, sir. Now, internally generated intangible asset. If subsidiary company has an internally generated intangible asset, will subsidiary company recognize this, everyone? Or a subsidiary company will not recognize this? We have to recognize. So whenever a question comes in the SBR exam, आपको explain करना पड़ेगा. It's not that you'll say, okay, this is recognized now. Write down, as per IFRS 3, all the assets and liabilities are acquired at fair value, and these assets and liabilities should be identifiable. Then mention the brand. Yes, the brand is an identifiable asset, so it will be recognized at fair value in the group consolidated in the group financial statements. This way, you have to present your answer and at the fair value. And then after that, we will amortize for the period. So see now, 1,000, and then we amortize it. Simple. खाली ये मत लिखना कि okay, this is recognized. No, explain. As per IFRS 3, we recognize at fair value, recognize identifiable asset. The brand or the customer list or the patent is a identifiable asset because it arises from a legal contract. Yes, sir. Then contingent liability. Contingent liability, what do we do, everyone? So contingent liability, we give a disclosure only. But when coming to your consolidated financial statement, can I say we recognize this better? Can I say we recognize this, everyone? We recognize this, and we recognize at what fair value. And at each reporting date, we have to remeasure. Now see, everyone. How will you do the adjustment vertically? Bata. The goodwill is already calculated, everyone. अरे goodwill calculate हो गया. The goodwill is calculated, but this was not adjusted. The contingent consideration was not adjusted. In that case, what will you do? The contingent consideration was not adjusted. The contingent liability, sorry, my bad. Contingent liability was not adjusted. What will you do? Remove from ARIA brand and contingent liability. Let's say for brand, how will you do the adjustment? बताओ मेरे को. अरे फर्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट गुडविल को करो बाबा. अरे गुडविल ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट हुआ है 10. नाउ आई से द ब्रांड हैज अ वैल्यू ऑफ 5. What will you do? You will recognize this as an intangible asset year 5. I say no amortization as of now. No amortization. Leave amortization. Remove that. You will recognize 5 as the brand. Now what will happen to goodwill? बताओ मेरे को. What will happen to goodwill? Brand will do what? The fair value of the assets are increasing. If the fair value of the assets are increasing, what will happen to goodwill? अरे कम हो जाएगा ना. Yes sir. This is the way you have to think. ऐसे होता है adjustment. Now contingent liability. Let's say contingent liability has a value of 3. What will happen? So contingent liability I will recognize 3 year. Goodwill को क्या होगा? What will happen to goodwill, everyone? If your contingent liability is increasing, your net assets will decrease. If net assets is decreasing, what will increase? Sir, goodwill will increase. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? How do we do the adjustments vertically? Goodwill is already calculated, but the accountant did not consider these 2 points. Bete, how will you do the adjustments? This way. Any doubts to anyone? Ask me. Very important बेटे. अगर बैलेंस शीट का क्वेश्चन आया ना एग्जाम में, पक्का आएगा एडजस्टमेंट. ये लिख के ले लो मेरे से. For sure, one adjustment will be there regarding fair value, and you should know. Huh? I say amortization. I say everyone amortization is $2. Now, if the amortization is $2, how will you adjust? From the intangible asset, you will reduce to yes or no? अरे जर्नल एंट्री रिकॉर्ड कर लो. देखो डेबिट क्रेडिट. What will happen? Intangible asset is reducing by 2. And this 2 you will allocate to whom all? This amortization of subsidiaries company you will allocate to whom all? Group retained earnings and NCI. So allocate it. Let's say parent share is 80, so that it will become 1.6 and here 0.2, 0.4. So I will adjust here 0.4 and 1.6. समझ में आ रहा है सबको कैसे होगा vertically adjustment? In a regular batch, we have done this, but I'm explaining again so that you are able to recall this. How do we do the adjustment? Yes, sir. So this part is done. Then contingent liability also same. Then research and development. Research and development normally we recognize in P&L as an expense, but parent company will recognize this as an asset if it is identifiable, if it meets the definition simple. Then goodwill recognition subsidiary, a very important thing. I say subsidiary company has recognized a goodwill in individual financial statement. Do we consider this goodwill in consolidated financial statements, everyone? Do we consider this? No. सोम सर यही पॉइंट है ना? Yes or no? Subsidiary company has recognized a goodwill in the individual books. Do we consider that in CFS? नहीं बाबा नहीं. What do we do? When we purchase this company, when we purchase, we calculate goodwill or not, everyone? When we purchase, we recognize that. Yes, sir. वो recognize करेंगे. Yes, sir. Why? What is the logic? What is the justification you will write down in the exam? क्या justification लिखोगे आप? Yes, it's not identifiable and it's not separable and sold separately. Very good. Write down this one sentence, get 1 marks and be happy. Yes, sir. इधर लिखा भी है देखो ये. What is the reason? Everything logic. Yes, sir. So this is a question which we had done regarding this also. Then moving to the next point. Revaluation surplus. I hope किसी को doubts नहीं है. We have to allocate it separately. Yes, sir. I hope everyone intra-group sales I'll not be doing in detail. Huh? I hope everyone knows this intra-group sale. हाँ अरे करवा देता हूँ. Intra-group sale of non-current asset I'll not do. Intra-group sale of this I'll do so that we'll get an idea. चलो everyone now. Group inventory, group intra-group items, intra-group sale. Parent is selling to subsidiary. So which company is recognizing profit, everyone? किसने profit recognize किया? P. Which company has recognized inventory? Subsidiary. So what do we do? So whatever is the URP, how we will reduce it? See everyone, this is FR and FE adjustments. हाँ सर एग्जाम में आ सकता है. If you're lucky, you can get this adjustment in balance sheet. Sir, if a P&L question comes, P&L question आएगा तो आएगा for sure adjustment. Intra-group sale will be there for 2 to 3 marks. Now see everyone, in balance sheet, how will you do the adjustment? I say the URP is 500. How will you do? URP adjustment. From where all you will reduce? बताओ मुझे. Vertically, how will you do the adjustment? From where all you will reduce this? चलो बताओ. हाँ, it's not about your steps. Now vertically you have to do the adjustments ना. Group inventory, okay, group inventory से मैं कम कर रहा हूँ कितना? 500. And then remaining, from where will I reduce it? Will it take one hit or two hit? अरे we are doing balance sheet बेटे. अरे balance sheet कर रहे हैं पर P&L नहीं कर रहे ना. Will it take one hit or two hit, everyone? First of all, decide that. Will it take one hit or two hits? Will it take one hit or two hits? One hit or two hit? One hit. So one hit, what we will do? अरे retain earnings से minus कर लो. Parent का ही है ना. It's parent share ना. So reduce it. Simple. This is the way how you do the adjustments. Yes, sir. Clear? हाँ जी, sir. Then coming to the next one. So reduce from consolidated retained earnings and group inventory. Case 2. Subsidiary selling to parent. Subsidiary ने parent को बेचा. किसने recognize किया profit? Subsidiary. So how will you do this adjustment? And inventory is recognized by this. So what will you do, everyone, now? URP. I say 70/30 is the percentage. So from year 500 we will reduce. And then what we will do here? NCI and retail earnings will both be affected or not? बताओ मेरे को. दोनों affect होगा कि नहीं? Yes or no? Will it take one hit or two hit, everyone? Two hit. So can I say I will reduce here 70%, that is 350. And can I say 150 I will reduce from here, everyone? Yes, this is the way how you do the adjustment. Yes, sir. So intra-group sale, I have done. If you have time, you can look to what intra-group sale of non-current asset. अपन ने कल किया था, but not so important if you remember. Now, intra-group loan balances. One company has given a loan, the other has taken a loan. Can I say we will remove the financial asset and financial liability? Simple. Yes, sir. ये तो easy है, इसमें doubt नहीं होगा. Then receivable and payable. Very rare that you will get a question again. Receivable and payable. What we will do, everyone? So P is selling to S receivable of 1,500 and this. How will you do the offset? Vertically, how will you do? So 1,500 we reduce here from the receivable, 1,500 we reduce from the payable. Hanji sir. Then now see. Then at the year end, receivable and payable balance will not match. Why? There could be goods in transit or cash in transit. Now let us say everyone, there is cash in transit. P company has a receivable of 1,500. S company has a payable of 1,000 better. So what is the difference here? 500. This 500 is what cash in transit because subsidiary company ने pay किया है. Parent company did not receive this. Parent company did not receive this. Then what should we do? Vertically, how will you do the adjustment? बताओ. 1,500 I'll remove from here. Receivable. 1,000 I will remove from payable. And what will I add? Cash in transit of 500. Yes or no? ऐसे ही तो करते हैं. Combined journal entry. Remember, recall it. Same way we can do for goods in transit. So goods in transit, what will happen? We will increase the, instead of cash in transit, we'll mention goods in transit. See now, receivable is 1,300, but payable is 1,000. So we reduce payable by 1,000. We reduce receivable by 1,000. And what do? We recognize goods in transit of 300. In what? Inventory section. Yes, sir. With this is also done. Your intra-group balance is also done. Yes, sir. Then coming to dividend, everyone. किसने किसने ये एडजस्टमेंट किया बताओ मुझे. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव डन दिस एडजस्टमेंट? Dividend payment. Dividend paid by the parent. There will be no adjustment, nothing. I have never seen a question in FR or SBR, but it's important because in Study Hub, they have mentioned this. They have not mentioned in detail, they have mentioned some points here. So you should know this. Now, dividend payment by parent. So no such adjustment. Sir, dividend is paid by subsidiary. Everyone, you only say, whenever subsidiary company will pay dividend, what will reduce? Subsidiaries companies' retained earnings is reduced. Now, what will you do? You will increase the subsidiaries companies. You will increase what? Subsidiaries companies' retained earnings. In which step? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which step? Step 2, you will increase the retained earnings. Then what should you do? Whatever is the parent share of dividend income which they have recognized in P&L, remove that from the step number 5. And from NCA also we remove because NCA will realize this, will take it. Yes, sir. And NCA portion of subsidiaries dividend payable. If it is payable, we recognize this as a current liability. हाँ जी sir. So with this, your dividend payment is done. ये आपका dividend payment हो गया है. Yes sir. Any doubts to anyone in the balance sheet part? Important is what the goodwill calculation and the fair value. No, na? Now coming to P&L, everyone. Now in P&L, what do we do? How do we do the consolidation for P&L? Can I say each and every line item we added better? Each and every line item we added, and then below what we show? Then below what we show? Below we show that profit attributable to parent and NCA and total comprehensive income attributable to parent and NCA. Can I say this is very important or not, everyone? This is very, very important. If you have done your pre-mock, you would have seen that the P&L is regarding this only. They have not given the figures above the profit for the year. Revenue, cost of sales, they have not given. They have only given the adjustment below this. How will you do the adjustment for this? 14 marks, 13 to 14 marks. So you should know that. So see here, everyone. So total profit कितना है? Total comprehensive income 1,050, but total profit is what, sir? 900. So 900 I mentioned here. हाँ जी sir. Then out of this 900, how much belongs to NCA? Can I say this 300? This 300 is given to NCA and parent. NCI will be 30 and the remaining 870 किसको belong होगा? Yes, everyone. This will belong to whom? Parent. And the 30% will belong to whom? NCI. So that 30 or we say 10% you have to adjust it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With this is that. Then same total other comprehensive income 50. Out of this 50, 10% belongs to NCI. So I've added this 10%. So in total, 35 belongs to NCI and the remaining will be done here. Now, everyone, whenever parent company's profit is affected, one hit or two hit? Are one hit or two hit? One hit. Subsidiaries companies two hit. Now, how will you do the adjustment here? Now I say parent company's profit is affected. Let me take an example here. If parent company's profit is affected, can I say it will affect the profit figure? Profit for the year. Hanji sir. Then profit attributable to parent. Can I say year NCA? You will affect here. You will consider the changes here. Then other comprehensive income or total comprehensive income attributable to parent. Again, it will affect here. So whenever a single adjustment you're doing, can I say you have to show this in three ways? You have to show this in three ways, yes or no. ये profit भी affect होगा. This also will be affected. This also will be affected. Am I right or not? Yes, very important. सर ये क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करना योर प्री मॉक अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस कर लो हो जाएगा. Yes sir. With this is done. Yes sir. Then coming to fair value adjustment. Now whenever we come to fair value adjustment, everyone, can I say excess depreciation will be there? Excess depreciation. Now this excess depreciation, will it take one hit or two hit? One hit or two hit? One hit or two hit? Two hit, how will you adjust it? Let's say accountant ने adjustment किया ही नहीं है. You have to do this. So I say excess depreciation I mention here. What will you do? You will increase what? You will increase what, everyone? Sir will increase cost of sales 100. Can I say this will affect your profit also, बेटे? अरे सर हमको आता है इतना सर profit. Now this 100, can I say profit attributable to owners and NCA? Will you only allocate this to OCI or not? Will you allocate this to owner, NCA or both? Will you allocate this to owner, NCA or both? बराबर से सोचो. सोहम सर बराबर से सोचो. ये किसका एक्सेस डेप्रिसिएशन है? ये सब्सिडी का है ना बेटे. सब्सिडी का होगा तो वन हिट होगा कि दो हिट होगा? टू हिट्स ना. सो कैन आई से दोनों का इफेक्ट होगा ना इधर. लेट्स से 80 एलोकेटेड हियर एंड 820. एम आई राइट और नॉट अदर्स? क्लियर? यस. यस सर. So for each case, I'm doing this so that you remember in the exam. Yes, sir. Increase the cost of goods sold, add the excess depreciation, and reduce the excess depreciation from the subsidiaries profit for the NCI calculation. Hanji, sir. Then then if the fair value is decreasing, everyone, can I say instead of depreciation expense, there will be a saving. Instead of depreciation expense, there will be what, everyone? There will be a saving. Yes, sir. Other than this, nothing. Now, whenever there is a brand, intangible assets we have recognized first time. Can I say what will come into picture, everyone? If intangible asset we are recognizing for the first time, what will come into picture? Subsidiary company has recognized a brand for the first year. So what will come into picture? Subsidiary company has recognized a brand for the first time. Or in CFS we have recognized for the first time. How this will affect your P&L? Can I say excess amortization will come or not, beta? This amortization will come, na? This amortization, will it take one hit or two hit? एक hit ki दो hit? It's two hits, sir. Two, yes. So adjust it accordingly. Now coming to intra-group trading, a favorite topic of the examiner. Now, parent company selling to subsidiary. So parent company has recognized sales, subsidiary company has recognized cost of sales in cost of sales as a purchases. So what we will do? What is the first adjustment? Can I say what is the first adjustment? Remove from the consolidated revenue and consolidated cost of sales the entire transaction amount, entire amount. And which company is recorded URP? Parent company selling parent company is recognized the URP. Yes, sir. If parent company is recognized the URP, everyone, will it have one hit or two hit? One, see how will you do the adjustment? ये revenue है, ये cost of sales है. Write down intra group sales minus 1,000 minus 1,000. Now everyone, if the cost of sales is in minus, अगर आप इधर भी माइनस करोगे गलत हो जाएगा कि नहीं? If you mention minus 1,000 here, can I say it will be wrong or not? Arey, do not do this silly mistake in the exam. I have seen many students doing this silly mistake and losing easy 1 or 2 marks. What will you do instead here? Can I say I will show this in plus only? This, let's say this is 20,000. This is minus 10,000. Now, will you again show minus here? Arey, nahi. If you show that this will become plus, na? हाँ जी sir. Now URP, what will you do for URP? चलो बताओ. URP को क्या करूँ? Can I say URP will affect your cost of sales? Sir, cost of sales को increase करना है 500 से. How will you increase? By doing this or by adding minus sign here? Minus sign. Yes. Yes, sir. Then profit also will be affected. Can I say it will only have an impact on owner? It will not belong to both the parties. Only one party. Only one hit. Yes, sir. खाली एक hit होगा. Thus done. Case 1 done. Case 2 everyone. Subsidiary selling to parent everyone. In this case, what will happen? Say me, बताओ. Subsidiary selling to parent. One hit or two hits? Regarding the URP, two hits, sir. दो hit होगा. देखो कैसे करोगे ये? Subsidiary company is recognized revenue and parent company cost of sales. So we will remove from here. Yes, sir. This is intra-group transaction amount done. Now for URP, what do we do, everyone? URP, increase the cost of sales. Now profit attributable to owners and NCA बेटे क्या करोगे इधर? Can I say here we will reduce? Yes or no? Yes or no? हाँ जी सर. See, you will think कि sir, why are you explaining for each and everything? I know. अभी नहीं काम आएगा. जब क्वेश्चन करोगे ना एग्जाम में, then you will think, हाँ sir, it was easy. We are able to recall this at that time. Yes sir, this is done. Now coming to intra-group loan. Intra-group loan, can I say one company will recognize investment income, the other will recognize finance cost. So remove it from both the things. If you will not remove, your ultimate answer will be same, but you have to eliminate it. Yes, sir. Intra-group loan, we have to eliminate. Then dividend payment, a very important one. Now, very, very important. Dividend payment. Subsidiary has given a dividend to parent. Parent companies recognize this in what, everyone? How the parent companies recognize this? Can I say parent companies recognize this an investment income? Investment income. So what will you do? So remove from the investment income and remove from the profit attributable and total comprehensive income. Will you remove the total dividend or only the parent share? Remove only the parent share. Remove only the parent share. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is clear. हाँ जी सर ये क्लियर है. देन कमिंग टू इम्पायरमेंट बेटा, फ्रीक्वेंटली टेस्टेड एडजस्टमेंट. इम्पायरमेंट ऑफ गुडविल. सर इम्पायरमेंट ऑफ गुडविल वी recognize this impairment as a expense in operating category. Yes sir. Sir, if it is proportionate method, what do we do, everyone? अगर ये proportionate method होगा तो क्या होगा? Sir, we will allocate only to parent. Sir, if it is full goodwill method, we will allocate to parent and NCA. There is no doubts in this. Sir, how do we do the adjustment vertically? अरे देखो इधर, ये P&L है आपका. Impairment, can I say in operating expenses, I will recognize 1,000 as an expense. And what will I do below? Profit, I mentioned owner, NCI. Then I mentioned total comprehensive income. I mentioned owner and NCI. I say it is proportionate method. Proportionate method. What will I do? I'll remove 1,000 from here and I'll remove 1,000 from here. Yes, sir. If I say it is full goodwill method, minus 1,000 from here, then what will I do? 750 from here or 700, 70% and 30% is for here. Then 700 from here and 30 percentage, 300. Is this right, everyone? In both the cases, how do we do the adjustment? Vertically? Yes, sir. Clear? Okay. I hope it is helpful for you when I'm showing the adjustment each and every case. कैसे होगा vertically? I can directly read the theory which is given here. Then, sir, see now, gain on bargain purchase. Gain on bargain purchase किधर recognize करेंगे अपन? See, सोम sir देखो ये operating category ना. So how will you do the adjustment here? Administrative, you will recognize this as what? Or in operating category, you will recognize gain on bargain purchase 1,000, and this you will allocate to whom only? Only to parents, sir. Whether we are using proportionate method or this one, only to parent, only to parent, only to parent. Yes, sir. तो ये भी आपका केस हो गया. चलो. Then deferred consideration. Deferred consideration, we have interest or not, everyone? This interest expense, will it take one hit or two hits? Will it take one hit or two hits? Deferred consideration interest, one hit, finance cost, and it will affect the owner. Simple. Now, examiner has mentioned in the report that many students will neglect this. They will mention the deferred consideration, but they will not consider the interest part. For contingent consideration, also, they will not consider what? They will not consider the fair value changes. They will not consider the fair value changes. What you have to consider? Yes, sir. Now, when coming to the fair value changes, will it take one hit or two hit, everyone? The fair value change for contingent consideration, one hit only again, and we recognize this in operating category. Acquisition cost, recognizing P&L as an expense in operating category. Yes, sir. So with this, all the adjustments we have done. With this, your P&L part is done. किसी को डाउट है P&L में? Sir, what about mid-year, sir? Sir, whenever the company is acquired in the mid-year, what do we do? क्या करते हैं mid-year का? Each and every line item, what should we do? 9 by 12, 6 by 12, 3 by 12, 5 by 12, 4 by 12, depending upon the ratio. Now, everyone, can I say the favorite topic the examiner will ask what? Can I say the company was acquired on 1st April? I say 1st January 2000 X1, 31st 12 2000 X1. First 4 we acquired the company. For how many months we have to do consolidation, everyone? कितने महीने के लिए कंसोलिडेशन करना पड़ेगा इधर? 9 months. But what the accountant would have done? Can I say the accountant would have done the entire year calculation? Full year, na? अरे बाप रे बाप. Full year, full year, full year. What will you do? How will you correct it? Remember, we had done a question regarding this. Favorite topic of the examiner. If the accountant has added each and every value from the subsidiaries P&L in the CFS, what will you do? How will you correct it? अरे बताओ. Subtract the difference. How many months? अरे रिटेन अर्निंग्स नहीं आएगा बाबा, इधर अपन P&L कर रहे हैं ना. This will carry 5 to 6 marks. You have to explain and do the adjustment. बताओ जल्दी बताओ जल्दी बताओ. The accountant has recorded the revenue, cost of sales, each and everything of 12 months. We have to do the consolidation for 9 months. What will you do? Remove 3 months, yes or no, everyone? Remove करेंगे कि नहीं 3 महीने का? Only 3 months, whatever is the 3 months value, each and everything calculated, minus it. Yes or no? Take the subsidies revenue into 3 by 12, minus it. Cost of sales, minus it. Which question we have done this? कौन से क्वेश्चन में किया अपन ने ये? हाँ, in your exam kit there is a question regarding this also. And frequently tested in multiple pre-mocks, I've seen this mistake. Yes, sir. Chalo, this with this mid-year part is also done. Any doubts to anyone here? Balance sheet P&L done. Now we will jump to your associate part. Associate करेंगे. We will do disposal. We will take a break, come back and start with the SBR part. But if your base is good, SBR part is easy. If you have done basic of consolidation in 15 hours, no, believe me, your basic your SBR part will be SBR part will be easy. अगर बेसिक ही डामाडोल है तो बाम SBR भी डामाडोल ही होगा, especially for consolidation. But I hope everyone knows this much. One hit or two hit, how do you calculate goodwill? NCA इतना ही चाहिए, इन डिटेल नॉलेज नहीं चाहिए अपन को. Examiner also knows that you are learning this paper for the first time. So now types of investment. हाँ जी सर. हाँ, okay, okay. Now everyone, when a associate is treated as subsidiary, what will you do? Let's say you have to treat that as an associate. We have treated this as a subsidiary. We have done this question in the class also today. Then what will you do? Can I say you'll remove the entire revenue, cost of sales, everything? You'll remove each and everything. Then what will you show as a separate line item, everyone? Share of associate profit. Yes or no? This is also a mistake. Hmm. Yes, sir. There could be multiple ways like this. And ऐसे ही आएगा क्वेश्चन अगर P&L बैलेंस शीट आया. I am hoping that this attempt, March attempt, these types of question comes. In prediction video also I mentioned that. Now see, if less than 20% financial asset fair value through P&L, fair value through OCA, 20 to 50%, what we say this as significant influence, we do what equity accounting. Now in the exam, will the examiner directly say that there is significant influence for you? नहीं बेटा, आपको identify करना पड़ेगा. Once you identify, you should mention that we will do the accounting as per IAS 28. We will do equity method. We will follow equity accounting, a single line adjustment. We will show share of associate profit and investment in associate in the balance sheet. Which more than that, control. So subsidiary. Yes, sir. Now see definition of associate. The definition is what? There and entities and associated. We have significant influence. Significant influence means what? Technical marks. Significant influence means power to participate in the financing and operating policy decision of the company. Yes, sir. Sir, what are the indicators? How do we know that we have significant influence? We know that we have significant influence when we have representation on the board, participation in the policy making. There are material transaction between the investor and investee, interchange of managerial person, provision of essential technical information. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any doubts to anyone here? Clear? Yes, sir. Now, accounting treatment, everyone. Accounting treatment, yes, sir. Very important. Now, in balance sheet, how do we recognize, sir? We recognize investment in associate at cost. Yes, sir. Then add post-acquisition profit, only the share which we have in that company. Add post-acquisition OCI. Yes, sir. Then gain on bargain purchase. Now, everyone, in case of associate accounting, do we recognize goodwill separately? Do we recognize goodwill separately? Array, no. But gain on bargain purchase, can I say we should add this to the cost of the asset or not? Cost of the asset means cost of associate, huh? Investment in associate. Do we add it or not? In case of associate, we will not show the goodwill. Why? What is the logic? Can I say the goodwill is already included in the calculation of the cost? Is already included in the cost. Sir, gain on bargain purchase, we have to show this separately. We have to increase the investment. In your pre-mock, it is there. Yeah, आया हुआ है question. Debit credit, increase the investment in associate. In a regular class also I mentioned, very important, favorite topic of the examiner. And credit gain on bargain purchase. Hanji sir. Yes, sir. So we increase it and we recognize in P&L. Then, sir, impairment of investment. What do we do with this impairment of investment? Sir, impairment of investment, we reduce the value, sir. That is cost of investment. Then less dividend from associate, everyone. Yes or no? Whatever is the dividend which we get, dividend, total dividend that is given by the associate into the percentage, we reduce this. Then share of excess depreciation, we reduce. Then URP. URP, in which case? In which case, URP will only be in the case of parent to associate. It will only be in the case of parent to associate. Yes, sir. Then you get the carrying amount of the associate. See the note? Goodwill is part of the cost of investment. No need to record it again. Only disclosure should be given. Gain on bargain purchase is not part of the cost of investment, so need to be recorded. Debit investment credit, P&L or group retained earnings. Same, this point has been tested for 5 marks in your pre-mock. Other than this, nothing. These are the journal entries which we mentioned. Now, sir, in exam, how this will be tested? Yeah, coming to this point, I'll come to. Now, see, in exam, what will happen? PNL will be given for you, where the draft version will be prepared, but some mistake will be done. We have to correct it. We show share of associate profit as a single line adjustment. Sir, how do we calculate this now? See, then share of OCI we show in OCI only. So see now, you take the associate profit after tax into the number of months into the percentage. Less the impairment. Impairment will consider the entire thing. Then less share of excess depreciation. That we reduce. Then URP only in which case? URP will only be in which case? Associate to parent. And every time what should you do better? Whatever is the URP, you have to multiply this with what? The percentage holding. The percentage holding. Yes, sir. And now see exam. Note for the exam purpose. In exam, dividend paid by A company will be recorded by P in the P&L. Yes or no? Yes or no? See, vertically, how should we do it? Here, dividend income is recognized from associate. So you'll remove that now, bete. And what will you do? Associate accounting, share of associate 1,000. And this 1,000 you'll allocate to whom only? Only to owners, bete. Not to NCA. Clear? Frequently repeated adjustment in the exam. Yes, sir. This is clear. Then chalo then. Then let us move forward. Yes, sir. So with this, your associate part is done, everyone. Then in group retained earnings, what are the adjustment? See now, the share of profit, impairment, URP in both the cases, and then dividend recorded by parent company. Yes, but a dividend remove karna hai. Because we will not recognize dividend, na? We recognize share of associate profit. Dividend को remove करके क्या record करेंगे? Share of associate profit. Yes, sir. So with this, your associate accounting is done. So see now, intra-group sale. ये parent to associate ही तो हो रहा है बात. We are not talking about parent and subsidiary बेटे. Parent and associate. Associated dividend दिया है. तो in the P&L, what do we recognize? In the P&L, do we recognize dividend or do we recognize share of associate profit? बताओ. Do we recognize dividend or we recognize share of associate profit? बट उन्होंने डिविडेंड रिकॉर्ड किया है. डिविडेंड को रिमूव करेंगे और क्या रिकॉर्ड करेंगे बुक्स में? शेयर ऑफ एसोसिएट प्रॉफिट. क्लियर है बेटे? क्लियर है? हाँ जी सर. ओके then see parent is selling to associate. Parent selling, parent has recorded more profit, reduce this by increasing the cost of sales. Sub associate company has recognized inventory. Do we recognize the inventory of associate, everyone? Arey nahi baba. So what we credit? Cost of investment, simple. And URP consider the percentage. Yes sir. Case 2, associate to parent. Associate ने parent को बेचा है. We reduce the group inventory, yes sir, and we reduce this from the share of the associate profit. Simple. Now, in case of associate, do we eliminate the intra-group balances? Do we eliminate the intra-group balances? No. Why no? Because we are not doing consolidation. That is the reason. Simple. हाँ जी सर. ये हो गया. चलो 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 चलो. Associate done now. Now, what is the next topic we'll be doing, everyone? और it disposal करेंगे अभी. Listen disposal carefully. When we come to step disposal, the formula will be same. ठीक है? Now disposal, everyone. Sir, what does disposal mean? Sir, disposal means what? So we are disposing of a company. So when we dispose of a company, we will have for sure gain or loss. So as of now, we are covering full disposal. So see now, parent company has 70% of subsidiary. We are disposing of the entire 70%. So this will have an impact in the parent's individual books and group financial statement. Can I say in individual financial statement also we should recognize the profit or loss or not? Yes, sir. So whatever is the sale proceed less the carrying amount. This carrying amount will be as per which standard? The carrying amount will be as per IAS 27. Will be as per IAS 27. Yes, sir. So see, as per IAS 27, this will be the amount. Yes, sir. So this we recognize in individual books in the investing category. But from the CFS point of view, CFS, if full disposal is that, once disposal is done, do we consolidate the balance sheet, everyone? Do we consolidate the balance sheet? Nahi, Baba, nahi. But sir, the gain or loss we should recognize. Can I say gain or loss which we have, we should recognize. Now, but for P&L, what should we do? I say that we are disposing of the company after 6 months. What will I do? So can I say for the first 6 months I will prepare consolidation or not? For the first 6 months I will prepare the consolidation. And gain or loss which category? अरे यही difference है देखो इधर. We recognize in operating category. Here we recognize in investing category. Clear? Yes, sir. Now, how do we calculate this gain or loss, sir? See now, whatever is the sale proceed you have received on the sale of the 70% holding, उसको mention करो. Less carrying amount at the disposal date. अरे सर disposal date कौन सा होगा? The day when there is no control. So recognize the net asset at disposal date. Yes, sir. Whatever is the net asset at disposal date. Now, everyone, if the examiner has not given the net asset at disposal, how will you calculate? If the examiner has not directly given the net asset at disposal, how do you calculate? बताओ. Hmm. Anyone. If the net asset at disposal date is not directly given, how will you calculate it? Only the difference between the retained earnings. Can I say you'll take the share capital, share premium? Yes or no? And retained earnings at the disposal date? Yes, yes. The net goodwill at the disposal date, if this is also not given, can I say you should calculate, recognize the impairment till the disposal date? Then less NCI at the disposal date. Sir, if this is also not given, take the NCI, take the NCI on the date of acquisition, then add post acquisition profit. That is DOA, retained earnings, disposal date, retained earning. Thus difference into the percentage of NCI. You will get the NCI at the disposal date. Yes, sir. Then if you reduce this, you get the carrying amount at disposal rate. Minus this, you get gain or loss. And this gain or loss, where will you record? This gain or loss, we will recognize in what? In P&L operating category. Now everyone, what is the mistake? What can come in the exam? In the exam, the accountant would have done what? The accountant would have recognized the gain or loss in the investing category as per individual financial statements, everyone. Let's say they have recognized 1,000 here. Now, this calculation right? They have done this as per individual financial statement, but we are preparing CFS. Is this right? No. What should we do? Can I say remove this and we will calculate what? Gain or loss as per CFS and then we will record it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So see now, this is the way how the journal is recorded now. I've mentioned the note from the exam point of view, whatever I have mentioned now. Now this. Now with this, your disposal part is done. Now the two methods of the presentation. Presentation method कौन सा है? Can I say the one is the traditional approach where the companies for 9 months, 9 by 12, 9 by 12, 9 by 12 for each and every line item. And then we remove the gain or loss record individual books and we recognize the gain or loss on the disposal of the subsidiary as per CFS. Yes, sir. Now in case number two, what will happen? Sir, in case number two, it meets the definition of discontinued operation as per IFRS 5. There are 4 to 5 past papers in your exam kit, in your past papers. Yes, sir. Regarding this. So what do? We recognize the gain or loss in a single line item. We recognize the gain or loss, everyone, what in a single line item as profit or loss from discontinued operation. In this, what do we include? Subsidiaries profit for 9 months and gain or loss on disposal. We recognize it. Yes, sir. This is the method number two. When we will follow this, when it meets the definition of discontinued operation. Hanji sir. So with this, your disposal part is done, everyone. Any doubts to anyone in disposal? So your basic part is done, everyone. Your basic of consolidation is done. Now we'll take a break, come back, and then see what? Your SBR part. It will not take much time now. Theory is that then there are multiple small points which you have to see. So now the time is what, everyone? 11:28. Be back by 11:38. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the break. Chalo, everyone, come back. Yes or no? Chalo then, everyone. Now, let us start with the SBR part, the SBR syllabus. Yes, sir. So now see, these are the topics which we have to cover. The first one is regarding the business definition, control theory, acquirer, fair value, goodwill. How do we calculate the goodwill? Then replacement share based scheme. Then associate, we have already discussed joint arrangement, joint operation, joint venture, step acquisition, step disposal. IS 21, the identification of functional currency, which we have already discussed. Then goodwill and net assets. Then cash flow. These are the things which we have to do. Yes, sir. So now, when coming to the first type of theory question that is frequently tested in your exam is what? Is regarding the business. What does a business mean? Can I say if it meets the definition of business, then only we will do what then only we'll follow IFRS 3 and we'll do the consolidation. So business will include what all? So business will include input, process, and output. Now, is it compulsory that output should be there? No, it's not compulsory that output should be there, but the process which we acquired should be a substantial one. Yes, sir. Now see here, in order to identify whether it's a business or not, we should apply IFRS 3 concentration test. It's an option. It's an this is not compulsory. It is an option whether the company wants to apply. If they want to apply, good. If not, they can follow the basic definition of business, which is that. So now see everyone, in concentration test, what does concentration test says? Does the entity wants to apply this? Yes. Is substantially all of the fair value of the gross asset acquired is in a single identified asset? Yes. Then the test is satisfied. It's not a business. अगर टेस्ट satisfied हो गया है तो ये business नहीं होगा. Is substantially all of the fair value acquired is concentrated in a group of similar identifiable asset. If it's concentrated on a group of similar identified asset, in that case, what do we say? In that case, also the test is satisfied and it's not a business. Like the example, I say there is a land, van, patent. Land has a value of 10,000. This is 200, this is 100. And the what is this value? 10,300. But now the fair value of this is what? I say the fair value of this is 1,400. Can I say major of this? Major of this value is concentrated on one asset or not? Major value. So in this case, what do we say? This will become what? This will become a asset acquisition, not a business acquisition. But we have to apply what? If the test is not satisfied, further assessment should be done. Further assessment should be done. What is this further assessment? Very, very important. This technical marks will be there. Write down this so that you get the entire technical marks. Hanji sir. Now, what do we say here? That the process should be what, everyone? The process should be substantive. When will you say the process is substantive? When will you say that the process is substantive? When following conditions are being met. See now. Assessment of a business. Concentration test. Pass. Asset acquisition. No further assessment. Fail. Then assess for business. Yes, sir. In that case, what should we see? Assess whether the process are substantive or not. Whether the process are substantive. In that further, we have to see whether output is there or not. Whether output is there or not. If no output, then what should we see? If output is there, then what should we see? If no existing output, then the process should be critical. It should be a critical process and organized workforce and other input should be taken together. So if output is not there, when we will say the process substantive, it should be a critical process and input should be acquired. Input should include what? Skilled workforce and knowledge. And with this, we should be able to use this knowledge. We should be able to use this process and make some output. Simple. Yes, sir. Both the conditions satisfied business. Anyone satisfied, not a business. Critical process, the process should be critical, and organized workforce should be there so that they use this process and input and convert some and they generate some output. Sir, has existing output? Sir, output hai. If output is there, then in that case, what do we see? If output is there, in that case, we say process is critical, plus organized workforce should be there. And either this satisfied, we say it's a business, or or the process significantly contributes to the output and are unique or rare. Output is that, sir. When will you say the process is substantive? The process is substantive when it is unique and rare or cannot be replaced easily without employees. In that case, what we say, if both the conditions are satisfied, business. If both the condition are not satisfied, then it's not a business. Simple. I hope this is clear to everyone. You have to mention this point, but that critical process should be there. Then input should be there. Input should include what? Skilled workforce and knowledge should be there. Yes, sir. With this part is done. Business definition is done. So multiple questions we have done. Totally 4 questions we have seen. And there are 3 past papers regarding this one. There are 3 past papers regarding this. Yes, sir. Then coming to what does control means. Control का meaning क्या होता है? If there is control, we do what everyone. If control is there, we do consolidation. So what does control means? Write down this definition, get the technical marks too. If you see your latest past paper, layout company, question is there, an 8 mark question. So control means what? An investor controls an investment when all the 3 conditions are satisfied. The first one is what? Power to direct relevant activities. We have power to direct relevant activities. Sir, power ka meaning kya hai? How do we get power? Sir, what does relevant activity means? You have to decide that in the given case. Then exposure or right to variable return. We have exposure right towards the variable return. And ability to use power. Power to hai, but you should have the ability also to use this power. Today I have power, but I'm not able to use this power. कुछ काम का ही नहीं है ये power. Then it's waste. Then control is not there. So ability to use the power to assess the amount of the return. Sir, how do we get power, sir? Power कैसे मिलेगा? Majority voting right, contractual arrangement between the investor and the other party. I have 40%. One of my friend also has 40%, and whatever I say, he will follow. Then holding less than 50% of the voting share with all equity interest held by a large group of people. I have 40%, but the remaining 60 are all over the world and they cannot connect with each other. In that case, still I say that I have control. Then holding potential voting rights, better. If I have potential voting rights in future, I will get the shares. But these potential voting rights should be exercisable today. It should be exercisable today. That means at the year end. At the year end, it should be exercisable and it should be in the money, not out of the money. Yes, sir. Then the relationship is good with the other investors. In this case, we can say that power we will have. Then what are relevant activities? Relevant activities are the activities which affect the day-to-day business purpose, the day-to-day business, which affects the profitability of the company. All these will be considered as what relevant activity, like selling or purchasing of goods, funding decision, acquiring or disposing of an asset. These all are what relevant activities. Yes, sir. Now, everyone, here also we have seen something known as substantive right and protective right. Which one should we consider? Which one should we consider? Substantive right or protective right? In case of control, which right should we consider? Can I say we should consider only what, everyone? Substantive, not protective rights. Multiple past papers have been tested regarding this point also. Yes, sir. So control ka definition also done. Then coming to the acquisition method again. I mentioned IFRS 3 business combination we follow on the day one when we acquire the company. At each balance sheet date, reporting date, we follow consolidation at the reporting date, IFRS 10. Now, IFRS 3 has mentioned acquisition method. In acquisition method, there are 6 points. First is the identify the acquire. First of all, we have to identify the acquire. Then determine the date of acquisition, the date when the control is obtained. Then fair value of the consideration. We have seen that. Then recognition and measurement of the identified net asset. We have done this. Measurement of NCA. We have already done 2 methods of NCA. Then recognition and measurement of goodwill or gain on bargain purchase. Also, we have done. But there are 2 to 3 points new which we have to see. So see now, identification of the acquirer. So which company will be the acquirer? Acquirer is the entity which will give what, everyone? Can I say acquirer is the entity which will give what? Which will give cash. Acquisition is through payment of cash or transfer of other assets. Then the entity which is transferring it is the acquirer. Sir, if the acquisition is through issue of shares, If a company is giving shares, in that case, how do we decide? In that case, how do we decide this one? Yes, sir. So see now, what are the factors we have to consider? Acquirer is the entity whose owners receive the largest voting rights. Now, the entity which has the largest voting rights will be what? The entity which has the largest voting rights will be what? Will be the acquirer. Will be the acquirer. Then the company's management dominates the board. The company's management dominates the board. See now, acquirer is the entity whose previous management dominates the management of the combined entity. Acquirer is normally the bigger entity. Then acquirer is the entity that pays premium. That pays premium. As well as acquirer is the entity whose owner has the power to compose the governing body. Which entity has the power to compose the governing body? How many directors can we select? What is the voting right? Do we have the largest voting right or not? Each and everything we have to consider. Yes, sir. This is about your acquirer. We have done question. There are also three past papers regarding this. Yes, sir. Now, date of acquisition, it is clear to everyone. Now, consideration. Can I say each and everything we have covered consideration? Only this new part, that is replacement share-based scheme, we have to cover. Rarely, this is tested in the exam. In one of the past paper, it is there. We should know this. Now, everyone, in contingent consideration, what did we do, everyone? Sir, in contingent consideration, we were doing the payment in future, but this payment depends on what? Some future performance? Yes, sir. So if cash is given, we recognize this at fair value and remeasure at the reporting date. Any gain or loss, we will recognize in operating category, and IFRS 13 we will be using to calculate the fair value. That is discounting and probability, each and everything will consider. But sometimes the examiner will say what? Sometimes the examiner will say that if the performance of the company is good in future, we will either issue shares or give cash or either issue shares. Cash का accounting मालूम है, but the company saying that we will issue shares. If the shares are given, in that case, how should we do the accounting? In that case, if the number of shares are fixed, it will be equity. If it's equity, no need to do remeasurement at the reporting date. If the variable number of shares there, it is a liability. Remeasurement should be done. Clear, everyone? It's a new additional point in your SBR. Yes, sir. Then coming to replacement share based scheme बेटे. Now replacement share based scheme में क्या होता है? Remember your IFRS 2? Yes, sir. In IFRS 2 we recognize the expense over the period. Yes, sir. Do we know this? Now I say subsidiary company has given a ESOP for the employees. The condition was for 4 years. Out of this 2 years, already the condition is satisfied. After 2 years, Reliance company acquired Geo company. Reliance company acquired Geo company. Now Geo company has been acquired by Reliance company. Reliance company will say that if Geo company will give this ESOP in future to the employees, our shareholding will come down. If our shareholding will come down, can I say control can also be lost or not? The control will not be there. If the number of shares are issued, the shares are issued to whom? The employees, then Reliance company will lose control. So Reliance company will say what? Reliance company will say Geo company will not give the ESOPs. Instead, Reliance company shares we will give to whom? The employees of Geo Limited. So in this case, whatever is the pre-acquisition part will be what? Your consideration. Post-acquisition, we will recognize this as an expense as per IFRS to normal. Yes, sir. So see, how do we calculate pre-acquisition? Market value of the original share-based scheme at the date of acquisition into the number of years completed divided by total vesting period will be this one, your consideration. That is what market value of the original share-based scheme. It's not the replaced. Understood? So see here, let us see an example here. You can see here now. See, on 1st January 2000 X1, O granted share option to its employees when the total fair value was 2 million. These vested if the employees remained in service for a period of 4 years. On 1st January 2000 X3, A acquired 100% of the equity shares in O for a cash consideration of 29 million. A is required to issue replacement share option to the employees of O that will vest on 31st December 2004. At acquisition date, the fair value of the net assets were 26. The fair value of the original share-based payment was 2.2 and the fair value of the replacement was 3. Now, which one will you consider? Array, we will consider the original value, the market or the fair value of the original share-based option. That is 2.2 million and this is 3, that is the replacement. So my purchase consideration will be what? 2.2 into 2 divided by 4 into 2 divided by 4. 1100 is the purchase consideration value, which is included. Yes, sir. Sir, then what should we do? Then what should we do? This 3 million, whatever is this 3 million, can I say over the period we will recognize this as an expense? We will recognize this as an expense. See now, 1.1 is there. Now 3 million minus 1.1, that is remaining 1.9. Out of 3 million, 1.1 is already considered. Remaining is 1.9. This 1.9 we recognize as an expense for 2 years. We recognize this as an expense for 2 years. Clear? The replacement share based scheme. So consider the fair value of what? Consider the fair value of the original share based option. Yes, sir. One more question we have done. Then coming to identifiable assets and liabilities, sir, we know this, whenever we acquire the assets and liabilities at fair value. Intangible assets, we have to recognize. Contingent liabilities, we have to consider. And then reacquired right. Reacquired right का meaning क्या था? If Reliance company is there and Geo company. Reliance company, I say Reliance company. Okay, see here, I've taken an example. McDonald is that McDonald company has done what? McDonald company has given the franchisee to Reliance Limited. So Reliance Limited will recognize this as an intangible asset and amortize it. Now, when McDonald company will acquire Reliance company, can I say they are acquiring the rights or not? Reacquiring the rights again. I have given the rights today to you, intangible asset. Again, when I do consolidation, I'm acquiring this. When I acquire this, I should recognize this at what value? Fair value bit again. Yes, sir. Fair value. Simple. With this is also done. Then DTA, DTL. Yesterday only we have done everyone. If the fair value is increasing, everyone. In consolidation, we will have DTA, DTL because the fair value. If the fair value will increase, what will happen? Whether DTA or DTL will come into picture. See me, everyone. If the fair value is increasing, what will come into picture? DTA or DTL. DTL, yes or no? If the fair value is decreasing, then DTA. So this should be recognized, yes, and this will affect your goodwill especially. Either the goodwill will increase or decrease depending upon DTA or DTL, yes sir. So with this, ये भी हो गया. Then measurement, fair value, yes sir. Now a very important point, everyone. This also has been tested in your pre-mock, and this also we have done a question, same question is a same of 5 marks or 6 marks requirement is that in your past paper. In your pre-mocks. Now see everyone, measurement basis का meaning क्या होता है? Everyone see, today it is 1st January 2000x1. We acquired the company. We acquired which company? We acquired the subsidiary company. When we acquired the subsidiary company, everyone, what should we calculate? We should calculate the fair value of the assets and liabilities. Now I say on this date, it is difficult to calculate the fair value. It is difficult to calculate the fair value. If it is difficult to calculate the fair value, everyone, what do? We estimate or not? We will estimate. Yes, sir. We will estimate. Yes, sir. Now, this estimate is not a good one. Now, the standard is saying what? IFRS 3 says what? IFRS 3 says on the date of acquisition, if the fair value is not determinable, it's difficult, then calculate the estimate one. Then within 12 months, you have a 12 months time period. Within 12 months, you have to identify the fair value. Within 12 months, if you are able to calculate the fair value or if the fair value was identified, then do the retrospective impact. On this date, you estimated, you calculated the goodwill. But within 12 months, if you are able to calculate the true value, then do retrospective impact. Change the goodwill again. Change the goodwill again. Is this clear to everyone? A very small topic, but very important. Yes, Anji sir. So we had done a question also, same copy paste question is था pre-mock में. Yes, sir. Then coming to the next part, impairment of goodwill. Now, when coming to SBR, can I say the impairment in your FR, the impairment amount was directly given. But in SBR, will the impairment amount be given to you? Yes, 99% I say it will be given. If it is not given, sir, what should we do? अगर नहीं दिया है तो क्या करेंगे? See now, impairment of goodwill, what should we do? Goodwill will not generate independent cash flow. So can I say goodwill impairment is done in what? CGO. Now see everyone. The net asset is this, NCA is this, and parent is this person. So in proportionate net asset method, full goodwill method, we calculate the goodwill. That is 20,000, 3,600 minus 18,000, we get this. Then here it is 20,000, NCA is 5,000. Here we get the goodwill as what? 2,000. Now everyone, no, 7,000. The goodwill is how much? 7,000. This 7,000 goodwill, can I say this goodwill belongs to parent, NC or both? Chalo, 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 same. Does this 7,000 belongs to parent, NC or both? Both in this one, in the case one, in the case one, in the case one, in the case one, it belongs to which all company? Which all parties? Only one? This 5,600 will belong to parent? Yes, sir. Now, this is 80 percentage. This is 100 percentage. Now, in your exam, the impairment will not be given. The impairment value will not be given. If the impairment is not given, the examiner will give you what? The examiner will give you the RA of the net assets. See now, the total assets are how much? The total assets value is what? 18,000. This 18,000 is 100 percentage. Yes, sir. Now, in this asset, can I say we should add goodwill or not? In this asset, we should add the goodwill or not? This is the fair value of the asset. We have to add the goodwill. Hanji sir. This goodwill which we are adding, this goodwill is 80 percentage. Can I say we should make this 100 percentage or not? This is known as gross up. Why? We will compare with the RA of the net asset. If you compare with the RA, can I say this RA is 100 percentage? This 100%, but this 100 percentage is not including goodwill, nah? We have to consider the goodwill. So this 5,600 divided by 80% is 7,000 will be your goodwill. So we get 25,000, Hanji sir. So we say RA of the net assets is what? 20,000. Is what? 20,000. Yes, sir. Now this 25,000 and 20,000 are comparable. So what is the impairment here now? Impairment kya hai? Your impairment is 5,000. Now, will you mention this 5,000 as an impairment your entire? Or nine. Only we have to consider the 80 percentage because goodwill is only 80 percentage. We also have to consider the 80 percentage and record this and calculate the goodwill at the balance sheet date or reporting date. This is known as gross up. In case of proportionate net asset method, we have to do gross up. Sir, in full goodwill method, is there any requirement? No, better. This 7,000 which we got is already what 100 percentage. So we get 25,000. So what is the impairment? 5,000. Here, will you consider any percentage? No, because this goodwill belongs to NCA also. So the impairment also will be the total value. This is about the goodwill calculation gross up. I hope everyone have covered this topic. One past paper is there. Which is the past paper? Loop Lloyd Company. We had done in our regular class. Yes, sir. देखो इधर मैंने लिखा भी है. So with this part is done. Any doubts to anyone in the impairment? Nahi na? No, sir. Then type of investments. Already we have discussed less than 20 financial asset, 20 to 50 we treat as an associate, more than 50 business combination, consolidation, joint arrangement, joint operation, joint venture. So joint venture accounting is same as your IAS 28. For joint operation, we will follow IFRS 11. Line by line accounting. For each line by line accounting, what should we apply? What should we apply? The percentage, the holding. Joint operation accounting is how, sir? Joint operation accounting is each and everything we consider with the percentage that belongs to 60, 40, 30. We have to consider that. Now coming to the small standards now. IAS 27. Separate financial statement. Separate financial statement. In separate financial statement, how do we recognize the investment? So we recognize the investment cost, fair value, that is your IFRS 9. Then equity method is IAS 28. I will come to that bit. My detail मांग goes. Yes? Yes, sir. So in individual financial statement, either we record at these three values, whichever the company will follow. So mostly we record at cost or fair value. Equity method is very rare, simple. And sir, whenever we receive any dividend income, we will recognize this in P&L under investing category. In separate books, I'm talking, not in CFS. Array, when we prepare CFS, we have to eliminate, na baba. When we prepare CFS, we have to eliminate it. Simple. Yes, sir. IAS 27 is done. Now, coming to the next theory. Sir, when can we avoid preparing the consolidated financial statement? Sir, can a company avoid to prepare CFS? Yes, when four conditions are being met. Let me take an example. A company is there B. A company acquired 70% of B, so parent and subsidiary. B acquired 90% of C, parent and subsidiary. Sir, can B company avoid the preparation of CFS? Yes, but when? Excuse me, not listed on the stock market, it's not in the process to be listed. The ultimate parent, that is A, will prepare the consolidated financial statement in accordance with IFRS, IAS and IFRS. And the last point is what? That these NCI, the NCI is there no 10%. This NCI should give a written consent that okay, for us there is no such problem, no issues whether A is preparing the CFS, no issues for us. In that case, if all the four conditions are being met, C, that is B can avoid the preparation of CFS with C because A company will prepare the entire CFS by considering three companies together. Is this clear to everyone? The next theory point. Not tested frequently. Once or twice this has been tested. Yes, sir. ये भी हो गया. Then exclusion of a subsidiary from the CFS. Sometimes the directors will give multiple reasons that we will not prepare the consolidation. Why? Let's say Reliance company has A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These all are subsidiary. This Reliance company is into what? Retail oil business. This company is into banking business. D is a subsidiary which is loss making. F is a subsidiary which has a more debt. Now Reliance company will say that we will not consolidate these subsidiary because this is having more debt. It will increase our gearing. So this is loss making. It will decrease our profit. So this is a banking company. It's totally a different sector. We will not consolidate it. Can we avoid this? What do you think, everyone? Can we avoid this? नो नो नो. अरे ये थियरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. If you're lucky that you get a question regarding this, 3 to 4 marks, not more than that. Maximum I say 4. This also done. Then coming to investment entity. One more small topic. Yes, sir. Investment entity means what? Like your mutual fund companies. Let's say in India there is a UTI, a mutual fund company. This company has what 60%, 50% or 30% holding in multiple companies. Now, will UTI company prepare consolidation of this? No, better nine. Why? What is the intention of UTI? To only to make what? Fair value changes, na? They will UTI will collect money from each and every investor, multiple public. They will invest this amount. They will purchase the shares of these company. And what is their aim? Their aim is to make capital appreciation, the capital gains, and sell the assets, sell the shares. Simple. So in this case, we will not prepare consolidation. Will not prepare consolidation. But I say UTI is there. UTI has a company, and this company in this company also they have invested. But this company is providing services to UTI. In that case, we have to do consolidation. We have to do what? Consolidation. So with this, the other theory point is also clear. Investment entities. एक बार reading कर लेना sufficient है before the exam. Yes, sir. So with this, your theory part is done. Some basic theory I have done. Sir, और theory है कि हाँ. We'll come to that, but first we'll do step acquisition and then we'll come to the next theory. Any doubts to anyone till here? अभी तो major start होगा, the major part. See now. Now coming to step acquisition, very 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 important. So step acquisition में क्या होगा? In step acquisition we acquire the company in parts. Let's say A company has 10% today and they acquire 60, so it becomes 70. So it is a shift from IFRS 9 to IFRS 3, from financial asset to subsidiary. Then IAS 28 to subsidiary, associate to subsidiary. Then subsidiary to subsidiary. Then financial asset to associate. So these are the four cases which we have to cover. If you understand the accounting for one, the other accounting will be the same. If you understand step acquisition, your step disposal will also be the same. Now, whenever we purchase the holding, whenever we purchase the shares, can I say the NCI share will come down? Whenever we sell, the NCI share will go up. So now let us start with the first case, subsidiary to subsidiary. Everyone, if I have subsidiary today, let's say I have 40%, 60%, I acquire 20% extra. Will I recalculate the goodwill here? Will I recalculate the goodwill? No. How the adjustment will be done? Can I say the adjustment will be done within the equity only? The adjustment will be done within the equity. Mention this point. Yes, sir. So see now, goodwill arises only when the control is achieved. This is on the date of acquisition when the control is achieved in step acquisition. Subsidiary to subsidiary. Once control has been obtained, any further acquisition of shares are accounted within equity and goodwill is not recalculated. Yes, sir. Treatment decrease the non-controlling interest in the CFS and the difference between the consideration paid and the decrease in NCI will be adjusted in the consolidated retained earnings. Yes, sir. Then consolidated P&L, what should we do? So P&L, we should consolidate for the full year. We'll consolidate for the full year. But everyone, when we allocate the profits, can I say the allocation of profit should be totally different or not? 600, 400, 700 and 300. Am I right or not? Once the step acquisition, the profit allocation will change. The profit allocation will change. Keep this in your mind, especially when P&L question comes. Then balance sheet, can I say balance sheet we have to consolidate for the full year. Now coming to the calculation of NCI. What should we do? We have to calculate the NCI at the disposal date. Till the disposal date, that is not sorry, my bad, not disposal date. Before the step acquisition. Before the step acquisition, we have to calculate what? We have to calculate the NCI value. How do you calculate NCI at the acquisition date? Add NCI share of post-acquisition reserve till the step acquisition date. This is the NCI. Now this NCI is 30% better. This NCI is 30%. We are acquiring 10% now. If I acquire 10%, what will be the NCI remaining? Remaining NCI क्या होगा बताओ? What will be the remaining NCI? I have 30% NCI 30%. We are acquiring additional 10. We are acquiring additional 10. What will be the remaining NCI? The remaining NCI will be 20% because we are acquiring 10%. Anji sir. So see now. So whatever is this B is 30%. So whatever is the value, consider that into the 10% divided by 30. This 10 is what? The 10 is the additional shares which we have acquired. So you get what? The NCI, the decrease in NCI. So mention this value, you get NCI after the step acquisition. Then what should you do? Then NCI share of post acquisition profit at 20% we have to allocate it. And you will mention NCI at the year end. Simple. In the balance sheet. Sir, what is the adjustment in equity? Whatever is the consideration which we pay minus and decrease in NCI is this. So we get gain or loss. If I say everyone I'm paying 100, but the NCI is only decreasing by 80, can I this 20 is a loss or not for me? Why it is a loss? Because I'm paying more amount, na? Because I'm paying more amount. Simple. Sir, we are paying 80, we are paying 100, but the NCI is only decreasing by 80. The 20 is what adjustment in retained earnings. With this, your subsidiary to subsidiary part is done. Any doubts to anyone in subsidiary to subsidiary? अरे step acquisition easy है तो step disposal will be same only. I hope if you remember. And multiple past papers are there. Regarding subsidiary to subsidiary, there is no such past paper in your exam. In your exam kit, there is no such past papers. But it has been tested in the exam. Yes, sir. And so we have done the question. Question number 2 also we have done, and we have mentioned how to present the answer. How do we present the answer? Yes, sir. Then coming to the next case, everyone. What is the case? The next case is what? The next case is investment to subsidiary. Investment to subsidiary. Investment to subsidiary. So today we have 10%. I acquire 50% additional. Today we have 10%. I acquire additional 50. So it becomes 60 in total. Now what is the concept here? Logic kya hai idhar? The logic is that this 10% we sell and we reacquire what, everyone? This 10% we sell and we reacquire the 60% back. Yes, sir. We reacquire this back. So investment or associate, sell it, investment or associate, remeasure to fair value at the date of control, and the gain or loss is recognized. Whatever is the difference between the carrying amount and the remeasurement value will be recognized in P&L. Will be recognized in P&L in investing category. If we are following fair value through OCI for investment, then the gain or loss will go to OCI on. Will go to OCI. Yes, sir. So in theory, what will you mention, everyone? Remember your regular class. What is the theory you will mention, बेटे? Theory में क्या लिखोगे? Can I say, as the company has purchased additional 50% share, this gives control over the company. So it is an assumption that assuming that we sell 10% and reacquire the 60%, and we calculate the goodwill on the date of acquisition. Write down this theory and mention and calculate the goodwill simple. Yes, sir. So goodwill calculation कैसे करेंगे? The goodwill calculation same, only one small difference. What is that, sir? See now, fair value of the previously held investment. That fair value you have to consider here. That fair value you have to consider. Yes, sir. Then fair value of the consideration for additional interest, whatever additional 50% and the fair value of the remaining right retained. Consider that NCR acquisition less fair value. Then you get the goodwill at the acquisition date. Goodwill at the acquisition date. Yes, sir. Then see the treatment in the consolidated financial statement. Remeasure the investment at fair value at the date parent obtains controls. Consolidate at a subsidiary from the date parent obtains control. Sir, आज से control मिला है. What should you do? From today, start with consolidation. Then balance sheet consolidate at the year end and goodwill is recognized. And goodwill is recognized. This was what case, everyone? This was investment to subsidiary. Yes, sir. So question also we have done regarding this. Then coming to associate to subsidiary, everyone. Can I say in associate to subsidiary also what we will do? Same it is. See now, I say on 1st January and on 1st July. Today we have 30%. Further, we are purchasing 40 after 6 months. So for 6 months, what we will follow? So for 6 months, we will follow IAS 28 equity accounting. So we'll mention share of associate profit. So once control is achieved, what do we do? So we calculate the goodwill. Now, when we calculate the goodwill, what should we do? So purchase consideration is for 40. Sir, what is the fair value of this 30 percentage? We have to consider that. Sir, how do we calculate the difference? Carrying amount of the associate. We compare with what? Fair value of the 30 percentage, right? ये जो difference है, where will you recognize this? In investing category, we will recognize. Yes, sir. In investing category, we will recognize. See now, equity accounting as an associate to the date parent obtain control. Remeasure the investment associate to fair value on the date when you obtain control. Consolidate as a subsidiary for the date from the date when we have control. And then in balance sheet, calculate the goodwill and record it. Simple. Calculate the goodwill and record it. Yes, sir. ये था associate to subsidiary. Any doubts to anyone? See now, मैंने ये लिखा इधर. So these are the past papers which we have already done in the class. Same, ये जो क्वेश्चन ये ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन है. Yes, sir. Then coming to the last case, everyone. Investment to associate, everyone. Investment to associate. Now, investment to associate means what, everyone? It is from IFRS 9 to associate. So what will you do? Can I say for the first 6 months we'll follow IFRS 9, bete? Hanji sir. Either we follow fair value through P&L, fair value through OCA. During this period, if we receive any dividend, we recognize in investing category. Simple. Sir, after the 6 months, ये 6 महीने के लिए क्या करेंगे? Associate calculation, बेटे. We will do associate calculation in P&L. What we will recognize? Share of associate profit. And when you do the cost of investment for 20, and what is the fair value of this 15? That difference also will be recognized in P&L or OCI, depending upon the method. Depending upon the method. See now. Investment measured at either cost of fair value is treated as the part of the cost of associate. Equity accounting from the date significant influences that balance sheet we recognize the associate carrying amount. Simple. And the fair value gain or loss, how do we recognize? Simple. So with this investment to associate we have done, and one past paper is there in your book. And this is the question which we have done. So with this, any doubts to anyone in step acquisition? Batao. Step acquisition हो गया है. Now, what are the type of questions? How the examiner can ask the step acquisition, step disposal? What do you think, everyone? How can the question come in your exam? Question कैसे आ सकता है आपके एग्जाम में? कुछ आइडिया है? Anyone? हाँ. अरे सर नहीं सर, आप ही बता दो। कैन आई से हाउ दिस टॉपिक कैन बी टेस्टेड स्टेप एक्विजिशन? Can I say instead of treating this as a subsidiary, the accountant would have okay. Now, whenever in subsidy to subsidiary, where we recognize this adjustment, where do we recognize that adjustment? Subsidy to subsidiary, retain earnings equity, but the accountant would have recognized in what? अरे cash in NCA नहीं बेटे, नहीं 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 नहीं. Whenever subsidy to subsidy, yes, in NCA we recognize cash and in retain earnings. Can I say the accountant would have recognized instead of recognizing this in equity, they would have recognized in P&L. Is this right? Multiple times this has been tested, everyone. Multiple times this has been tested. So what will you mention in theory? Theory में क्या mention करोगे? That the accounting which is done is wrong. Only the adjustment will be done in what? The adjustment will only be done in equity, not in uh, P&L. Yes, sir. So with this step acquisition is done. Now chalo, let us start with step disposal. So step disposal में क्या होगा? See, in acquisition we are acquiring the company slow by slow, but in step disposal we dispose of the company धीरे धीरे. Now the first one is today we have 90%, we dispose of 30. So remaining 60, can I say it's a subsidy to subsidiary? Is the control lost here, bete? Is the control lost? No, sir. If control is not lost, will you stop consolidation? No. Then, so 70 percentage. Hmm. Sir, we have 70 percentage, sir. We are disposing of 40. तो ये क्या बनेगा? Associate from subsidiary to associate. Then, sir, 60 percentage we are disposing of 50, sir. That is what fair value through P&L, fair value through OCA. That is from subsidiary to investment. Next one. Then we have 30 percentage, sir. We are disposing of the entire 30. Nothing. The entire associate we are disposing. Then we have 30 associate to financial asset. Yes, sir. These are the five cases which we have to see. Now, first, what we'll see? Subsidiary to subsidiary. In subsidiary to subsidiary, what do we do? Can I say disposal where the control is retained? Increase in NCI, increase in NCI. Treatment कैसे होगा? Increase in the NCI in the consolidated statement of financial position. NCI को increase करेंगे. I am disposing, NCI will increase for sure. The difference between the consideration received and the increase in NCI will be recorded in consolidated retained earnings, that is within equity. हाँ जी sir. Then P&L. Should we consolidate P&L? Yes, sir. We have to consolidate the P&L for the full year. But sir, when we allocate the profit, can I say we have to see the percentage, the number of months properly? Sir, balance sheet, we consolidate it. Yes, sir. But the NCI value will change. See now, NCI at the date of acquisition, at the post acquisition reserve before the date of disposal, you get the NCI at the date of disposal. Now this NCI is 20%. ये जो NCI 20, ये कितना बन जाएगा अभी? ये कितना बन जाएगा? 30. So how will you calculate? Ten ना. So this will be 10. So this 20 plus 10, what it will become better? 30 हो जाएगा. Now this 30 NCA after disposal and whatever is the post acquisition profits, we will mention this. Now here we will allocate 30 better. Here we had allocate 20. Now we'll allocate 30. Yes, sir. So we'll mention that. When will you do this better? When it is a mid-year disposal is in mid-year. Then equity adjustment कैसे होगा? देखो इधर fair value of the consideration received less NCI, and we will do this calculation. Yes, sir. Adjustment to retain equity, that is retain earning. Now, will you follow this long approach or will you use the shortcut? What will you do? In our regular class, I mentioned, bete, शॉर्टकट यूज करेंगे कि लॉन्ग कट यूज करेंगे पापा? यूज दिस शॉर्टकट ऑलवेज इन द एग्जाम. Sir, how do we calculate? What the increase in NCI will be the share of the net asset. Take the net asset on the date of disposal plus the goodwill. If NCI is at fair value, if NCI is at fair value, take the net asset on disposal date plus the goodwill at disposal date, then total into the increased percentage of NCI. This will be what your increase in NCI simple. This is the long method. Will you use the long method or shortcut in the exam? Bata. हाँ. शॉर्टकट ऑलवेज यूज दी शॉर्टकट. हाँ जी सर. सो वी आर डन क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग दिस. लूना कंपनी, अशांति कंपनी, अशांति ऑल्सो लूना, दोनों अपन ने क्लास में किया था ये. अलॉन्ग विद दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो वी हैड दैट. सी, चार क्वेश्चन किए थे यही टॉपिक का. व्हाई you have to use the shortcut. Yes sir. Then coming to partial disposal, everyone. Sir, in partial disposal, what did we see? Sir, in partial disposal, it is from subsidiary to associate, subsidiary to financial asset. Now see, parent dispose of some of its shareholding in subsidiary, control is lost, but remaining as associate or investment. Now, whenever we dispose, we calculate gain or loss. This gain or loss is recognized in operating. Now, what should we do? The calculation will be same from subsidiary to associate, subsidiary to investment. See, sir, we take fair value of the consideration received 30%, sir. Sir, the fair value of the right retained, I had 70%, I am disposing of 30, remaining कितना हुआ बेटे? 40 है ना. ये जो 30% का मिला इसको करो. And the fair value of the right retain, you have to add it. Only this is the difference when compared to the formula which we have seen before the break. The formula is same. Only the difference is this one. Whatever is the right retain, add that. So less interest in subsidiary disposed of. How do we calculate? So net asset at disposal date, sir. Goodwill at disposal date. Less carrying amount at disposal date. In exam, if this is not given, you have to calculate. And it is the favorite topic of the examiner, whether FR or SBR. ये दिया होगा नहीं, आपको कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. विल यू बी एबल टू डू दिस? सेमी करोगे आप कैलकुलेट ये? हाँ. Then record this and mention the gain or loss in operating category. This is the gain or loss calculation. Now see, sir, subsidiary to associate. Sir, subsidiary. Sir, after 6 months, it is an associate. For the 6 months, consolidate the P&L. 6/12, 6/12. Sir, balance sheet को consolidate करेंगे क्या? What do you think, everyone? Will you consolidate the balance sheet at the year end? Arey, no, 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 no. For the remaining 6 months, we will mention share of associate profit. Hanji, sir. And then in the balance sheet, we recognize what? Cost investment in associate. Now, when you calculate investment in associate, what should we do, bete? When you calculate investment in associate, this fair value you have to consider. Yes or no? When you want to calculate the investment in associate, can I say this 40% value only will be your cost of investment? Yes or no, everyone? This fair value of the right retained or the remaining interest will only be the cost of investment or not for the associate calculation.
सर आधे साल का भी कंसोलिडेशन नहीं दिखाना?
हाँ, आधा साल करेंगे ना. देखो, everyone see here, I had 60% here, now it is 30%. It is 1st January 2000x1, 1st July 2000x1. Can I say for P&L I will only prepare 6/12? Each and every line item 6/12 करूंगा. Now for this remaining 6 months, what will I mention? Share of associate profit in P&L. Now in balance sheet, will you consolidate balance sheet here? No. But in balance sheet, what will you mention? Cost of investment. This cost of investment will include what? Investment in associate means cost of investment means what? अरे आप इसमें भी कंफ्यूज करोगे, मैं लिख देता हूँ. Investment in associate. This investment in associate will include the fair value of the right retained, yes or no, as the starting value. And then for this, what will you add? For this, you will add the share of profit and then do the normal accounting. Clear है? सोम सर क्लियर है?
सर बैलेंस शीट में जो नेट एसेट्स जो एसेट्स होंगे उसको 50% पे नहीं दिखाना कि 50
अरे
का?
नहीं 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 नहीं.
तो जो
कंसोलिडेट नहीं करना है, नहीं करना है.
कुछ भी नहीं करना मतलब
कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं. व्हाट शुड यू डू इन बैलेंस शीट? अगर बैलेंस शीट है, कैन आई से इन रिटेन अर्निंग्स यू विल इंक्रीज दिस प्रॉफिट. पोस्ट एक्विजिशन प्रॉफिट फॉर 6 months का इंक्रीज करोगे एंड गेन एंड लॉस यू विल रिकॉग्नाइज. यस और नो? If a direct question comes regarding balance sheet, what will you do? 6 months post acquisition profit you will add and the gain or loss. Yes or no? क्लियर? ओके, यस सर। देन दिस इज सब्सिडी टू एसोसिएट। अपन ने क्वेश्चन सी, जिप्पी कंपनी, अशांति कंपनी। अशांति इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, तो कर लेना, सारा कुछ रिवाइज हो जाएगा आपका दोनों केस। Then coming to subsidy to investment, sir. Sir, consolidate as a subsidy up to the date of disposal. Gain or loss is same. Gain or loss is recognized in operating category. Treat as an investment in equity instrument after that. Either follow fair value through P&L or fair value through OCA. Any dividend income you receive for the remaining 6 months, recognize this in investing category. Then balance sheet, remeasure the value and recognize this. See, on this date, the fair value was 1,000. So this we will recognize as a financial asset. And at the year end, it became 1,200. This 200 we will recognize either in P&L or in OCA. So during this period, we receive some dividend, sir. So recognize this dividend income in investing category. हाँ जी sir, clear है? This is the next case, subsidy to investment. ये भी आपका केस हो गया। Then coming to significant influences loss better. Sir, associate था, today we had 30%. Sir, we have disposed of entire, sir. पूरा ही बेच दिया सर, तो क्या करेंगे? हाँ, क्या क्या इंक्लूड करोगे? कैरिंग अमाउंट। कहने से ये जो कैरिंग अमाउंट ऑफ एसोसिएट निकालोगे आप, कहने से अपन लिखते हैं ना इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एसोसिएट। दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एसोसिएट विल बी व्हाट? फेयर वैल्यू ऑफ द राइट रिटेल, यस और नो? सो
सर ईयर एंड पे मैं मतलब फेयर वैल्यू वापस कैलकुलेट करना नहीं है ना,
नहीं
मतलब
नहीं नहीं
जो।
नहीं नहीं, अगर एसोसिएट है तो फेयर वैल्यू करेंगे क्या? नहीं बेटे। एसोसिएट के कैसे करते हैं नॉर्मल अकाउंटिंग? पोस्ट एक्विजिशन प्रॉफिट ऐड करते हैं कि नहीं?
हाँ सर।
वो करना है बस। फेयर वैल्यू किस में देखना है खाली? व्हेन इट इज सब्सिडी टू फाइनेंशियल एसेट। क्लियर है?
हाँ हाँ सर।
डाउट है तो बोलो, मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ वापस थोड़ा डिटेल में, टाइम लेके। डाउट नहीं रखना है।
नहीं सर, नहीं।
पक्का?
हाँ सर।
ओके। Then significant influence is lost. Sir, it was an associate. Now we have disposed of, sir. In that case, gain or loss. This gain or loss, which category? Investing category. Sir, कैसे calculate करेंगे? Same scene. Fair value of the consideration received. Today, if I have 30% in Reliance company, I will sell that. I'll get some proceed. Yes, sir. Less what? Less carrying amount of the investment at disposal. Carrying amount of investment at disposal. सर, कैरिंग अमाउंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट कैसे निकालेंगे? कैन आई से वॉट एवर इज द इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू ऑफ द एसोसिएट इन योर बैलेंस शीट? वही तो होता है ना कैरिंग अमाउंट ऑफ एसोसिएट। व्हाट इज कैरिंग अमाउंट ऑफ एसोसिएट एवरीवन? कैन आई से द वन विच वी रिकॉर्ड इन बैलेंस शीट ना? दैट इज ओनली द कैरिंग अमाउंट ऑफ द एसोसिएट। टेक दैट वैल्यू and reduce it, you will get your gain or loss. This gain or loss where will show? In investing category. हाँ जी सर, clear everyone? हाँ जी सर, okay then. Then financial asset retain. Sir, we had 30 percentage. I have only disposed of 15. In that case, what will happen? Gain or loss calculation. See. Very careful. See, no? Fair value of the consideration received is 15 percentage. Fair value of the investment retained. Then less carrying amount of the investment, carrying amount of the associate. Reduce it. You get the gain or loss in investing category. So for the first 6 months, what will you do, everyone? देखो इधर। For the first 6 months, you will recognize share of associate profit, everyone. हाँ जी सर। For the remaining 6 months, what will follow? Fair value through P&L and fair value through OCI. Am I right or not? Yes. Now, in the balance sheet, everyone, in the balance sheet, will you recognize the carrying amount of associate or will you remove it after 6 months? Can I say after 6 months तो remove करना पड़ेगा ना? Yes or no? Yes. हाँ जी सर, clear है। So with this is clear. So same thing I mentioned. Then here fair value you have mentioned. Then here also fair value. That difference will go to P&L और OCI. देखो ये टाइमलाइन बनाया इधर मैंने। So this also associate to investment, only one question banana company which you can do part 2 उसका। सेम क्वेश्चन है, कॉपी पेस्ट उधर का। Yes sir. Then with this, your step disposal is done, everyone. With this, your step disposal is done. Any doubts to anyone in step disposal? Step acquisition हो गया, step disposal. Now we'll do IFRS 11 joint arrangement, IFRS 19 the new standard. Then we will do your foreign operations and then cash flow. Clear? अभी ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा. Foreign operation is very easy. Cash flow also some adjustments we have to see. And joint arrangement theory है. कुछ अलावा इसके अलावा कुछ है नहीं. Can you start with this? Yes. 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 Okay. IFRS 11 joint arrangement. So joint arrangement कब होगा? Can I say joint arrangement will be when two parties have joint control? When two or more parties have joint control. So joint control means what? Joint control means what? The consent of both the parties or each and every party's consent is required. Then we say joint control. Yes, sir. Sir, in joint control we have two things: joint operation, joint venture. So joint operation क्या बोलता है? Joint operation says that a joint arrangement where the parties have joint control and have right to the assets and obligation for the liabilities separately. Yes or no? Joint operation में क्या होता है? You have right over the assets separately and obligation over the liabilities separately, each and everything. So joint venture में क्या होगा? So joint venture, in joint venture we have right to the net asset. क्या है? Right to the net asset. Right to the net asset. Yes, sir. Right to the net assets. So here we will follow IFRS 11 accounting. Here we will follow IAS 28 accounting. Sir, what does IAS 28 means? Your equity accounting we have seen. Sir, IFRS 11 कैसे करेंगे? Can I say everyone? If it's a joint operation, let's say land is there, building is there, liability of 100, 200, 100. What will I record in the books? I will record in the books what? I say I have 40 percentage in this. It's a joint operation. So can I say each and every line item I will record 40 percentage? Yes or no, everyone? ऐसे ही तो करते हैं IFRS 11 का अकाउंटिंग. Remember the consolidation on the day one when we had done. In consolidation we do 100 percentage and we show separate the inside. But इधर क्या करेंगे अपन? Here we have to consider the percentage. That is your IFRS 11 accounting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now see here. How should we classify this? Whether it's a joint operation or joint venture. Now, everyone, if it's not a separate entity, not structured through a separate vehicle, it's not a separate vehicle, it's not a separate entity, always it will be what, everyone? It will always be what? It will always be a joint operation. Sir, it is a separate entity. Sir, एक separate entity create किया. If we have created a separate entity, it can be a joint operation or it can be a joint venture. It can be a joint operation or it can be a joint venture. So joint operation means what? Right over the asset and obligation of the liability separately. Joint venture means net, right over the net asset. Now everyone, whenever we create a company, let's say this A Limited, I have 30 percentage of this company. Now, when I say I have 30 percentage of this company, do I have the right over the net asset or do I have the right over the assets and liabilities separately? What do you think when we create a company? जब एक कंपनी क्रिएट करते हैं, I have 30 percentage. This 30 percentage, what does this 30 percent means? Do I have the right over the net asset or the assets and liabilities separately? Net assets, yes or no? जब कंपनी क्रिएट करते हैं तो what do we have? We have right over the net assets, not assets and liabilities. But sir, there is a contract between A and B. This is a separate entity, na? In this separate entity, there is B and C. B and C have entered into an agreement saying that they will have right over the assets and obligation over the liabilities. Whenever we create a company, the default assumption is what? We have right over the net asset. The default assumption is what? We have right over the net asset because entity is a separate legal entity. It's a separate artificial person. Yes, sir. Now, sir, but we have done a contract in such a way that we have right over the assets and obligation over the liability. Even though we have created a company, but we are saying that we have right over the assets and obligation over the liability. What it will be? क्या बन जाएगा ये बताओ? It will become what? Joint operation. Even though it's a separate entity, but we have right over the assets and obligation over the liability, it will become what? it will become a joint operation. Yes, sir. So देखो ना, legal form gives the parties right to assets and obligation, then joint operation. Or the contractual arrangement, we have done a contract. In that case, joint operation. If both the companies, let's say this is R and J, RJ, the R Limited and J Limited created a new company, RJ Limited. Now, whatever output is made, or whatever is manufactured by this company is only sold to R and J. So can I say this RJ Limited is dependent on these two entities or not? If this new entity is dependent on these two entities, then also it will become what? A joint operation. Then also it will become what, everyone? Joint operation. Very important, especially for March exam. Joint operation, joint venture classification. If the new company is dependent on both the entities, then we say it's a joint operation, not a joint venture, even though it's a separate legal entity. Yes, sir. So with this, I hope the joint operation, joint venture is clear. So अपन एक question भी clear था class में. So see now joint operation, how do we do the accounting? In the separate financial statement, a joint operator recognize its asset. I will recognize my own asset as well as the asset, my share of asset in that company, including its share of any asset held jointly, then liability, then revenue and expenses. Accounting for any asset, liability, revenue, expense will be done as per the IS or IFRS. I will record my own assets and liabilities as well as in joint operation. I have 30% asset, 30% liability, 30% revenue, 30% expense I will recognize. Yes, sir. Sir, do we recognize any adjustment in CFS? No, better. Because if we have recorded in separate financial statement, can I say it will be carried to CFS or not automatically? तो CFS में वापस adjustment नहीं करना अपन को. We have to ignore it. Yes, sir. This is about joint operation. So for joint venture, what do we do? For joint venture in separate financial statement, we follow IAS 27, and in consolidated financial statement, what we follow? What we follow? IAS 28 equity accounting. Yes, sir. Sir, past paper Sterling, Luna, and Joy Company. You can refer this. Three question has three questions regarding joint operation, joint venture. This is the second question which we have done, where we have discussed how the accounting is done in IFRS 11. If you want, you can refer this question also. A very good question. Yes, sir. किसी को डाउट्स है इसमें? Joint operation, joint venture, IFRS 11 very important for your March exam बेटे. December exam में question नहीं आया था, so it becomes important for your March attempt. Clear? Yes, okay then. Now coming to IFRS 19. How many of you have covered this topic? बताओ मुझे. How many of you have covered this topic? Say me. Done, huh? Okay, others? Done? Okay, जब तो कोई इशू नहीं. Important topic अभी तक पूछा नहीं एग्जामिनर एग्जाम में. It can come for March exam. Yes, sir. So see now, IFRS 19, subsidiaries with public accountability, subsidiaries without public accountability. So this standard will only apply to subsidiary without public accountability. Now see, now IFRS 19 says what now? Listen me. IFRS 19 says one important point, that as per IAS and IFRS, there are multiple disclosures. Can I say as per IAS and IFRS, the disclosure requirement is in detail? The disclosure requirement is in detail or not? Yes or no? As per IS and IFRS, the disclosure which we have to give is in detail. But the IFRS 19 is saying what? If IFRS 19 conditions are being met, you need not mention the entire disclosure. You can reduce the disclosure. Accounting treatment nahi hai. We are not learning any accounting. Only we are reducing the disclosure. To reduce the disclosure, first of all, it should be a eligible subsidiary. IFRS 19 sets out the reduced disclosure that an eligible subsidiary is permitted to apply instead of the disclosure requirement in other IFRS standards. So standard applies on what date? From 1st January 2027. फालतू का है. Yes, sir. Sir, what does eligible subsidiary means? Important. A subsidiary that does not have public accountability. Okay, eligible subsidiary is what? A eligible subsidiary is one that does not have public accountability. Public accountability means what, sir? it is not listed on the stock market, or it is not in the process to be listed. And its ultimate or intermediate parent prepares the consolidated financial statement in accordance with IS and IFRS. Can I say we have already covered or not? This topic ये already cover किया कि नहीं अभी just theory में? Same thing. Yes, sir. Public accountability means what? It should not be a bank. It should not be an insurance company, because they have a duty, fiduciary capacity. They have to disclose this. Yes, sir. So see now, eligible subsidiary must continue to apply the recognition, measurement, presentation requirement as per the IS and IFRS. Only for the disclosure part they can refer IFRS 19. Sir, अभी IFRS 19 में क्या लिखा हुआ है? No need to remember that. Sir, what is the reduced disclosure, etc.? No need to remember. Entity must comply with full disclosure requirement. Will IFRS 19 apply to these three standards? No. Mention this point. IFRS 19 will not apply to IFRS 8 operating segment, IFRS 17 insurance, and IAS 33 EPS. Yes, sir. What is important in this stand? The important part is this eligible subsidiary. Whether the subsidiary is eligible or not. Other than this, nothing is there. Yes, sir. ये भी हो गया IFRS 19 आपका. There is one past paper regarding this. You can do that. वो भी straightforward theory question. I think Hanford, Hanford और ZTech दोनों में एक होगा कौन सा ये क्वेश्चन. Have a reference. Yes, sir. Then coming to the foreign operation, everyone. Now coming to foreign operation. किस किस को दिक्कत है इसमें? How many of you feel that कि sir foreign operation is difficult? मुझे. Okay. Others? See, this topic is very easy if your basic is clear. Now, chalo. So, foreign operation. Can I say foreign operation means what? Foreign operation means, and if companies in India, parent is in India, subsidiary is in the foreign country, or the company has a other currency. If a company is in India, the company's functional currency is rupees, but there is a company in US and that company is a subsidiary and that company's functional currency is dollars. Can I say it's a foreign operation? Yes, sir. See now, an entity that is a subsidiary, associate, joint venture, or branch of a reporting entity, the activities of which are conducted in a country or currency other than reporting entity. Country is different or the currency is different. Simple. Yes, sir. Functional currency, how do we determine? Can I say functional currency is what, sir? The currency in which the currency of the primary economic environment in which we operate. So a question can come, direct theory question, identify the functional currency. Yes, sir. Then additional factors are set out in the standard. So there are additional factors. That is what the foreign operation should be. What, everyone? The foreign operation should be independent or not? Autonomy should be there or not? Yes, sir. It should be independent. Autonomy should be there. In that case, we say what? It's a foreign operation. If not, if the foreign operation is dependent on what? Is dependent on the parent only. In that case, the functional currency is same. Then foreign operation will not come into picture only. So whenever you see your exam question, it will be mentioned that these companies, the autonomy is given independent. These terms will be used. That means the functional currency is totally different. We have to identify which is the functional currency. Yes, sir. Now, chalo. Now, what are the two calculations, everyone? What are the two calculations which is frequently repeated? In our regular classes, we have done two questions of your exam kit, which are not pre-populated. And after that, we have done three questions which are pre-populated. In total, 5 questions. सारे क्वेश्चन अपने क्लास में किए थे एंड एवरीवेयर टू कैलकुलेशंस were there. One is about goodwill, everyone, and the other one is about what? Net asset and profit. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So see now, translation to presentation currency. Financial statements of foreign operations are translated into the presentation currency of parent. Translation gives rise to exchange difference, which is reported where, everyone? This is reported where? This is reported in OCI. And from OCI, we will record this in what? From OCI, we will recognize this in what? In the, we will accumulate this in the foreign exchange reserve in the balance sheet under OCE. Under OCE, we create a separate column or a separate head and mention this value. Yes, sir. Your assets and liabilities. See, assets and liabilities we retranslate at the closing rate. So share capital we retranslate at the historic rate. It will be mentioned in the question. Now coming to the calculation. This is your calculation of everyone. The calculation number one. Calculation number one. What is the calculation number one? So we calculate the opening net asset. Net asset will include what all everyone? Net asset will include what? Share capital, share premium, retained earnings, revaluation, sir. Yes, sir. Then we have profit for the year. Then we get the closing net asset. First, do the calculation in the functional currency of the foreign operation. Parent is in India, subsidiary is in US. So US subsidiary, that US subsidiaries calculation, we have to do what in first? Dollars. And then we have to convert it. Now, when we convert opening net asset, at what rate will convert? Opening rate. Profit for the year, we will convert at what rate? Average rate. Then closing, we will convert at the closing rate. Can I say for sure difference will come, everyone? This difference you will allocate to whom all, everyone? This difference you will allocate to whom all? Can I say both parent and NCI? Both parent and NCI. Can I say for NCI which step? Step number 4. Can I say for parent which step? Can I say we have to make a separate step, step number 6 or step number 7? We can say, everyone. Will you include this in retained earnings? Will you allocate this in step number 4? Say me. Huh? Are no, Baba, record it separately. Yes, sir. Now this profit which is there, this profit for the year which is there, this which we have converted at the average rate. Can I say this is the post acquisition profit or not? Now this post acquisition profit, which step you will allocate this again? Which step you will allocate? Which step you will allocate? This post acquisition profit you will allocate to parent and NCA. Yes or no? Step number 5 and step number 4, everyone. 5 and 4. Yes, better. Good, good. Yes, sir. This is about your net asset calculation, the profit we are done with this. Now, sir, P&L items, sir, what should we do for P&L? Can I say P&L items we will convert at the average rate or not? Sir, assets and liabilities we convert at what rate? Closing rate. Sir, but P&L items we convert at the average rate. Yes, sir. So see now, the gain or loss is determined on what? Opening net asset and the closing net asset and the profits. Yes, sir. And then what? Based on the goodwill also. Now see for goodwill, how do we do the calculation? Can I say first you calculate the goodwill? We calculate the goodwill, yes or no? We calculate the goodwill on what date? So we calculate the goodwill on the date of acquisition, and this goodwill we calculate in dollars or not? This goodwill we calculate in the functional currency of the foreign operation in dollars. Then impairment will be given in dollars. Then you get your closing value. This goodwill this goodwill, what do we do? So this goodwill, we will convert it using the opening rate. Sir, impairment, we will use the average rate, closing the closing rate, exchange gain or loss. Now, everyone, this exchange gain or loss, we will allocate to whom all? This exchange gain or loss, we will allocate to whom all? This exchange gain or loss, we will allocate to whom all? Parent, if it is proportionate method, if it is fair value method, then if it is fair value method, then what will you do? Both. Yes, sir, both. So step number 4 and step number 6 or 7, a translation reserve. Now, can I say everyone, this impairment loss also we have to convert at the average rate and we have to allocate to whom all? A proportionate net asset method or full goodwill method. In this case, what do we do? Parent and MCI, sir. Here only parent. Clear? तो दोनों चीज करना है. Many students will do this, they will forget this. Examiner has mentioned, मैंने बोल रहा. I know that you will do this, but examiner is also saying avoid this mistake in the exam. Yes, sir. See now. P&L, in P&L we will recognize this exchange gain or loss, everyone. In P&L, in OCI we will recognize this translation loss, and this translation loss we will allocate to NCI and parent as we do for other things also. Profit attributable, total comprehensive attributable, same way. Then in balance sheet, for parent, we create a separate translation reserve. And for NCA, we recognize in step number 4. Then see, goodwill impairment is shown under operating category at the average rate. And then in balance sheet, we have to allocate it simple. Yes, sir. This was about what? This is what everyone. This is about your foreign operation. Now, sir, questions are what? ये इतने सारे questions है. And your latest past paper is also there. September, December 2025. Yes, sir. So ये हो गया. So calculation we had done regarding goodwill बेटे. Then net asset also we had done. Now see everyone, I have mentioned the steps. If you want, you can follow this step for entire preparation of a P&L and balance sheet. When we have to prepare the entire balance sheet and P&L, these are the steps which you can have a reading once. But I hope you got to know the difference better. What is the two important calculation? Whether you see all the past paper, better, past paper, in each and every past paper, this calculation is there. So many students will say कि sir foreign operation से हमको डर लगता है. So this topic is not good. अरे है ही दो calculation and you should know how to allocate. If you know this, it's done. You see any past paper, same things are tested. It's better that you do the latest past paper, September, December 2025. Yes, sir. So with this, your foreign operation is done. Now coming to the disposal. Sir, whenever we dispose of the foreign operation, so then what should we do? So can I say whenever foreign operation is disposed of, can I say whatever we have recognized in OCE, what should we do? Can we reclassify this, everyone? Can we reclassify this better? Yes, we will reclassify this and we will recognize in operating category. Sir, अच्छा क्वेश्चन बता दो ना डिस्पोजल का. September, December 2025. Do it. We have already done in our class, in our regular class. Then partial disposal, sir. So partial disposal होगा तो क्या होगा? Can I say only the proportionate share will be taken? Only the proportionate share will be taken to P&L. Yes, sir. So today we have 70 percentage and we have disposed. Let's say today we have an associate. Sir, associate have we have disposed of the entire associate holding. Then whatever is the OCI balance directly transfer to the operating category. Simple. Yes, sir. We have done one question. Then coming to foreign associate. Past paper. Two past paper. One is your latest past paper and one more is कौन सा है? मेरे को एकदम याद नहीं है. हाँ, जो कैट. One is your latest past paper and JOCAT. Questions are same, which you have taken in class. Foreign associate, sir. Sir, in foreign associate, what should we do? Do the calculation of associate as per IAS 28 in functional currency in dollars. Then what should we do, बेटे? आपका काम क्या है? खाली इसको convert करो. You have to translate it at the average rate, sir. At the average rate, yes, sir. Now, then you get a exchange gain or loss. Can I say this exchange gain or loss also we will recognize in OCA, everyone? And once we dispose of the associate, what do we do? Once we dispose of the associate, what do we do? Reclassify to P&L. We will reclassify to P&L. Hanji sir. This is about your foreign operations. So with this part is done. Your consolidation part is done. The entire consolidation, 220 pages. अभी आपने नोट्स बनाए कि नहीं बनाए मेरे को मालूम नहीं. बड़ी क्लास नोट्स है, बोर्ड नोट्स. Any doubts to anyone? नहीं, नहीं, नहीं. ये सर क्लियर. हाँ, सबको क्लियर है. अभी कौन सा टॉपिक पेंडिंग है? अरे बोलने के पहले ही सर कैश फ्लो करवा दो ना सर. एवरीवन, शुड वी स्टार्ट विद कैश फ्लो? ब्रेक लेते हैं सर, ब्रेक दे दो सर. ब्रेक चाहिए सर, ब्रेक. कैन वी टेक अ 10 मिनट्स ब्रेक और 5 मिनट्स? अरे बाप रे. अरे तुम लोग 5 मिनट्स का ब्रेक ही बोल रहे हो आज कैसे? मैजिक. हाँ. इन आर रेगुलर क्लास में 15 मिनट का ब्रेक दे दो सर, 20 मिनट का दे दो ना. 5 मिनट इज एनफ. अदर्स आते आते सबका विकेट डाउन हो गया. 12 मेंबर्स होते हैं. 5 मिनट का चलेगा. ओके, फॉर मी नो इशू. अरे ये क्या चेंज सब में ऑटोमेटिकली चेंज हो जाता है क्या इसमें? 1 मिनट रुको ना, ये आपका कैश लो. It's one everyone, be back by 1:05. It'll take hardly 25 minutes. We'll complete it. I thought that you have already completed the yesterday you have attended the basic consolidation. So I thought that I'll start with SBR. बट मैनी डिड नॉट अटेंड, सो मेरे को है ना FR का भी स्टार्ट करना पड़ा. आई थॉट दैट विद इन 2 hours आई कंप्लीट द SBR पार्ट, इट विल बी डन. कोई नहीं, बट यू आर रेडी ना. इफ यू आर एबल, इफ यू आर एबल टू सिट एंड लिसन मी, देन नो इश्यूज. चलो ब्रेक ले लो. यस. सो अभी बताओ, किसको किसको कैश फ्लो टफ लगता है. अरे बाप रे बाप. अदर्स. एनीवन एल्स. अरे सोम सर, नहीं लगता है क्या टफ. अच्छा है फिर तो. ओके. एनीवन एल्स जिसको कैश फ्लो टफ लगता है. है ही 4-5 क्वेश्चन आपके पेपर इन योर पास्ट पास्ट पेपर. इफ यू नीड मोर क्वेश्चंस, क्वेश्चन बैंक है. इन आवर क्लास आल्सो वी हैव डन एग्जाम स्टाइल ऑफ क्वेश्चन. तो कैपलर में तो है ही बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन, जितना आपको करना है. चलो नाउ एवरीवन, लेट अस स्टार्ट विद कैश फ्लो, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टैंडर्ड अगेन फॉर SBR. आई हैव नॉट शेयर्ड द कैश फ्लो नोट्स. भेज ही देता हूँ. आई हैव शेयर्ड इन द मेन ग्रुप. लेट मी शेयर इन दिस आल्सो, गाइडेंस ग्रुप. नाउ सी एवरीवन. ओके बेटे. IS 7 statement of cash flow very important for March attempt, because December attempt I had mentioned students that it will come, but आया नहीं था. हाँ, question came regarding cash flow, but it was in section B, question number 4. It was a totally different question. It was not from a consolidation point of view. It is not from a consolidation point of view. Now, statement of cash flow. Now, as we have discussed in our regular class, why cash flow is important? Because for the investors to know, okay, whether they'll receive dividend or not, there are multiple things. We'll not get into that detail. Now, let us see. First is the definition which you have to cover: types of activity, direct and indirect method theory. So, what is the difference between direct and indirect? That is one past paper. एक बार reference कर लेना उसका. Yes, sir. Now, definition. Cash flow का meaning क्या है, sir? Cash flow means inflow and outflow. Simple. Sir, cash means what? Cash in hand or demand deposit, whether the amount is in current account. Yes, sir. Cash equivalent means what, sir? Short-term, highly liquid investment that are readily convertible to known amounts. We know what is the amount we will get and are not subjected to insignificant change and subjected to an insignificant risk of change in value. Now, cryptocurrency, will cryptocurrency be a cash beta? Arey nahi baba. Why? So the value is frequently changing. So the value should not change frequently. If it's changing, it's not a cash equivalent. Simple. Then equity instrument will never be a cash. If it satisfied the definition of cash equivalent, it can be considered. So bank borrowing is generally in the financing category, but bank overdraft, can I say bank overdraft is part of cash equivalent only? No? Bank overdraft is part of cash equivalent or not? Yes. Yes, sir. Then now coming to cash flow. In cash flow, there are three categories: operating, investing, and financing. In operating, what does operating means? Cash flow which we get from the day-to-day business activity. There are two methods: direct and indirect. So investing means what? Acquisition or disposal of long-term assets which are not for the business purpose. Then financing, sir. Financing means what? Which results in the change in the size and composition of the equity capital. Yes, sir. So here we follow direct method. Yes, sir. So direct method का meaning क्या है? Cash inflow minus cash outflow. Indirect means what? Adjustment to the operating profit. Yes, sir. So we have discussed indirect, direct, how it is done. Now coming to the format of cash flow. कितना छोटा है देखो format इधर. Cash flow from operating activities. Yes, sir. Cash flow from investing, cash flow from financing. You get what? Increase or decrease in the cash and cash equivalent. Now a question to everyone. Cash flow is prepared for the year or as that? Cash flow is prepared as that or for the year? अरे, अरे फॉर द ईयर है, एज दैट नहीं है ये. ठीक है. अल्टीमेटली वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग दिस इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज ना इन द कैश फ्लो. वी प्रिपेयर फॉर द ईयर, नो एवरीवन, और एज दैट. बताओ जल्दी. अदर्स. हाँ. as at. Others, so missing for the year. Others, अरे it is for the year, it is not as at, हाँ ठीक है. Yes sir. Now see cash flow from operating. So cash flow from operating activities. We will start with what, everyone? We will start from operating profit, everyone. We will start from what? Operating profit. The old format was what? The old format was profit after tax, but now it is operating profit. Yes, sir. Then what adjustment? What do we add, everyone? Can I say we add non-cash expenses and losses? Can I say we reduce? We add back non-cash expenses and losses. We add back non-cash gain. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. We add non-cash expenses and losses. We less what? Non-cash gain or income. Yes, sir. So see now depreciation we add, amortization we add, impairment expense we add, foreign exchange gain or loss also will be there. That also will add or less. Yes, sir. Then, sir, if any investment income is recognized in operating, can I say we will remove that? Any increase in provision we add it back because it's a non-cash item. Then government grant amortized, we less it. Yes, sir, because this government grant is accounted in what, in investing category. Now whenever we sell any pp, whenever we sell any pp, we will have profit and loss. The profit, if profit is that, we reduce it. If loss is that, we add it. Why are we removing this impact? Can I say this impact is already considered in what, investing category, when we get the cash inflow or cash outflow, when we consider it. Yes sir. Then adjustment for working capital. Sir, if inventory is increasing, sir, we will decrease, sir. If inventory is decreasing, sir, we add it. So what should we do here? What is the shortcut? Shortcut क्या है इधर? What is the shortcut, everyone? So can I say current assets are increasing? That means we reduce it. If current assets are decreasing, what do we do? Add it, sir. See now, increase in payable, we add it. Decrease in payable, we less it. So we get cash flow from operating activities, we reduce the tax paid. Now, whenever you prepare the tax ledger, you have to consider the current tax liability as well as deferred tax liability. Yes, sir. So profit on the sale of PP, I've explained this to you. Yes, sir. See now, we add non-cash expense and losses minus non-cash income and gain. Increase in operating liability and decrease in operating asset, we add it. Increase in operating asset and decrease in operating liability, we less it. Yes, simple. This was about your operating. Then investing. In investing, what all comes up? Purchase of property, plant, and equipment. I'm not discussing from consolidation point of view, everyone. I'm first discussing the basic. Then I'll come to consolidation. Okay? First, remember the basic format. Yes, sir. Then disposal proceed from the sale of non-current asset. Any government grant which you have received, add. Purchase of intangible asset, less it. So proceed from the sale of long-term asset we are selling, we are getting the cash, added. Interest received, dividend received, added. Cash loan to a third party, we have given a loan to some third party, less it. So we get cash flow from investing activity. Then we have cash flow from financing, sir. Proceed from share capital. So whenever you want to know this proceed, prepare share capital, share premium together. Then proceed from long-term borrowing. If we are taking any loan, sir, if we are repaying any loan, we have to minus any payment of lease liability, we reduce. Dividend paid, interest paid also, we have to less it. Simple. This is about each and everything. Is the format of cash flow clear, everyone? If you do this total, ना क्या मिलेगा आपको? If you do this total, you will get increase or decrease during the year. Then this increase or decrease, you will add or minus with the opening balance, so that you get your closing balance. That closing balance you compare with what? You compare with the closing balance in the balance sheet. Now everyone, whenever we prepare the cash flow, can I say we prepare cash flow? We prepare cash flow with the help of what? Balance sheet and P&L. Now only P&L. With the help of P&L can you prepare, or we require both? Or both? You can't use only P&L balance or only balance sheet to make it. No, sir. Simple. So with this, the format part is done. Any doubts to anyone in the format? नहीं ना? अरे फॉर्मेट याद है तो इजी हो जाएगा. Yes, sir. So see now, this is the ledger record. You should know how to prepare the ledger also, हाँ बेटे. Either you prepare the ledger or you write down opening, closing, and do the addition or subtraction here. No issue. See, opening balance, closing balance. You will take this from the balance sheet. Hanji sir. Then revaluation, then write off use asset, any depreciation disposal. The remaining will be what? Purchase of new asset. You will show this in investing category. Hanji sir. Then next one. Debit credit. Yes, sir. Opening, closing, current tax liability, deferred tax liability. Yes, sir. During the year, what you will have here? Income tax in the P&L, which will be given. And on the debit side, there will be a difference. That debit side will be what, everyone? Tax paid. Either you prepare this ledger account or either you do this way. Answer to एक ही आएगा. Then leases. Sir, leases, why do we do for cash paid? Opening, there is current, non-current, current, non-current. Any new lease liability, the difference will be the cash paid. Interest paid. Opening accrual, closing accrual. Interest which we recognize in P&L, the difference will be the interest paid in financing activity. Dividend. Why do we do for dividend? We do retained earnings, opening, closing, profit for the year. On the debit side, what it will be? Retained earnings paid. Then share capital, share premium. Yes, sir. Then here, what we recognize? Sir, if any bonus is there, this side also effect will be there. The remaining will be what better? The remaining will be the share proceed which we have received. Hanji sir. Then with this question, we had done a basic question in our class. Now coming to the consolidated cash flow. Can we start with CFS cash flow now? Consolidated cash flow. The basic format is clear. How do we prepare the ledger account and what all is required? Included. Now, when we prepare consolidated cash flow, everyone, what we will refer? Do we refer separate financial statement or do we refer consolidated financial statements? We refer consolidated balance sheet and P&L. Yes, sir. Now, what is the first adjustment? See, A company acquired B companies, 70% holding. So, A company is paying $100,000. So, outflow. But on the other side, B company has a cash, how much? Of 50,000. So, can I say, bete, कितना आएगा in total? Minus होगा. So, can I say 100,000, excuse me, minus 50,000. So, what is the net outflow? I am giving minus 100,000 plus 50,000. So in total minus 50,000 when we acquire the company investing category. See this. There are 10 to 12 adjustment. उसमें से 7 to 8 adjustment will be repeated. So अच्छे से करके जाना है. Then adjustment number 2. A company acquired B company, sir. A company acquired B company, we have seen. Now A company is disposing of. Now whenever we dispose, can I say we will get the proceed inflow 100,000. But this B company had 25,000 cash. Can I say we will forget it ना? ये मिलेगा क्या वापस अपन को पैसा? नहीं, we are forgetting it. So what is the net we receive? So the net which we receive is what, everyone? The net which we receive is 75,000. Is this clear to everyone? The net which we receive is what? It is 75,000. Clear to everyone? Yes or no? स्क्रीन नहीं विजिबल है ना? Here. So what do we do? So net only we receive. So 75,000 we will show in investing category, simple. So on disposal, yes sir, gain or loss, we remove. Yes or no? Can I say this gain or loss also we remove from the operating category or not, everyone? Like profit or loss on the disposal of PP. Yes, two adjustments when we dispose of a company. Yes, sir. Then coming to impairment, everyone. So impairment, will the impairment value be given directly to you? Will the examiner say that, okay, SBR students, please calculate the impairment, do the adjustment? Will the examiner say this? No, you have to do this. You have to prepare the ledger account. See, so take the goodwill value, opening goodwill, closing goodwill. During the year, if you have purchased any company, we will have that goodwill. And the remaining balance on the credit side will be the impairment. This impairment, what do we do? Add it back to the operating category. Yes, sir. Then coming to associate better. In associate, whenever we purchase any associate, can I say cash outflow is there? If cash outflow is there, what do we do, bete? So cash outflow in investing activity, we will record this as a negative value. Now, can I say one more thing is for what associate? Can I say dividend received and impairment? Yes, sir. So this impairment is not frequently tested, but dividend received is tested. So opening carrying amount of the associate, closing, sir. During the year, profit and OCI we allocate. If there is any new associate, add that, and the difference on the credit side will be what? The dividend received. Dividend received we recognize as a positive balance on which side? Investing category. Yes, sir. Then dividend paid. Dividend paid to whom? NCI. Dividend paid to NCI. See now, opening NCI you calculate, closing NCI. Yes, sir. Then post acquisition profit, post acquisition OCI, then any new NCI during the year. Yes, sir. And then impairment which we allocate. Yes or no? Then any NCI which we have disposed of, the remaining will be what, everyone? The remaining will be what? The remaining will be dividend paid to NCI in financing category. We reduce it. Sir, will the examiner give all the data, sir? Will the examiner give all the data? Are nahi, Baba, nahi. Let's say this will be given, this. These two will not be given. This will not be given, this will be given. So ultimately, what should we calculate? Calculate kya karna apan ko? We should calculate this dividend paid to NCI. Yes, sir. This is the fifth one. Then coming to working note number 6, better. Working capital adjustment. Very important. Every question will have this. And what is the mistake the accountant will do? That is also same only in each and every question. If you see your past paper and exam में अगर question आएगा तो ऐसे ही आएगा 99.99%. I can say 100% also, but 99.99% which is same as your 100%, not equal. देखो इधर now 2000x0 2000x1 बेटे. In 2000 we acquired a company. When I acquired the company, can I say this balance sheet will include the inventory receivable and payable of subsidiary or not, everyone? Yes or no? Yes, sir. But will 2000x0 value include? Will this include better? No. So what should we do? Can I say we should add it? Can I say we should include the trade receivable, trade payable so that the comparison is what like with like? Then consider the movement. Then consider the movement. Yes, sir. Sir, in disposal, what will happen? See, 2000x1, the values are included. 2000x1, we disposed of. The values are not included. Add it. Add it so that the comparison becomes like with like. Now, sir, in exam, what should we do? Dekho here. In exam, what will happen? Now, the accountant will do what? The accountant will do, no? The accountant will refer previous year balance sheet and the current year balance sheet. And whatever is the difference they record. Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? Previous year balance sheet they are referring and the current year balance sheet they are referring. Current year consolidation is done. Year no consolidation. They compare this to balance sheet and write down this figure. Is this correct? Correct है क्या ये? अरे सेम ही. Is this correct? अरे no baba, it's not correct ना. It's wrong ना. Year consolidation is done. Year it is not done. I mentioned there are two methods, बेटे, shortcut and the long cut. Which one will you follow? कौन सा follow करोगे? Follow the long method. Do not go with shortcut. Shortcut करोगे, you will do mistake 100%. Yes, sir. Now see, then foreign currency exchange gain or loss, that also we have to add or reduce based on this. Yes, sir. Then coming to IS 19, everyone, what is the link between IS 19 and cash flow? Can I say current service cost, past service cost, all these are expense? These, what should we do? Add it back. And what should we reduce? Reduce only the contribution from the operating category. Is this clear? Clear? Yes, sir. Then IFRS 2 share-based payment. This has not been tested by a consider. Can I say this share-based payment expense which we recognize, we should add it back now? इसको ऐड बैक करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ कैश फ्लो आइटम. यस सर. देन 10th वन पीपी सर. पीपी. सी नो, when we do PP, in case of consolidated books, opening, closing, depreciation, disposal, right of use asset, revaluation. If we have acquired any new subsidiary, recognize that also. Recognize that subsidiaries PP also. The remaining, what will you get? The remaining, what will you get? The remaining you will get what? So the remaining you will get as the purchase of new PP. By chance, if all these values are given, all these values are given, depreciation will not be given. Can I say we have to calculate depreciation in that case? They would give the purchase of new PP, but depreciation would not be given. Then calculate depreciation. Yes, sir. So these are the 10 adjustments which are very important. Beta. So for all the adjustment, we have done a basic question. With this, any doubts to anyone? These are the past papers. और चारों क्वेश्चन भी अपने क्लास में किया है. Clear to everyone? With this, your cash flow is done. बताओ. Let me take the question which we have taken in our class. The basic question. See, I mentioned now that long cut, use that method only to do the adjustment. If you follow that, you will not do mistake. Is the Excel visible, everyone? Where is the question? No, here, basic question. See everyone now. Now everyone, see here what they mentioned here. Please read this, everyone. The statement of cash flow figures for inventory, trade receivable, trade payable, and property, plant, and equipment have been calculated based on the movement in the balance. Is this right? Previous year और current year का करके करते correct है क्या? नहीं बाबा नहीं. It's totally wrong. So now see what is the draft version they have given. They have already given this value. Increase in inventory, increase in receivable, increase in trade payable. They have already given these values, everyone? Hanji sir. Yes. Now in this question, what did we do? We had disposed of a company. We had disposed of a company. Now this is the trade receivable, cash and trade payable and inventory of this company. Now what is the long cut method? Now everyone, if I say your inventory is increasing, when will your inventory increase, Baba? When will your inventory increase? You only say. When the opening balance is what? When the opening balance is less, closing balance is more. Am I right? This is the basic numbers which I've written. See now. 10,000 minus 14,320 I do. Then only I'll get 4,320. Na? The number which is 8,110. When will I say my trade receivable increase? When it is 10,000 here, 18,110. Yes, sir. Then here it is 10,000 and here it is 15,000. My payable is increasing. Now we have disposed of the company. If we have disposed of the company, can I say the values are included here? The values are not included in this. Yes or no? Now we have to include it. So I will include it 14,320 plus what? 14,320 plus 3 14,320 plus 3,900. Yes or no? ये देखो इधर. Yes or no? Then see 18,110 plus what? Trade receivable 4,400. So कितना बन गया ये? This one, yes sir. Then 15,430 plus trade receivable, trade payable 5,900. This is why. Now everyone. So if you see what is the difference you're getting, can I say your increase in inventory should be by 8,220? 8,220. So what are we doing here? We are adding, we are increasing this value. We are increasing this by 3000, and when you increase, please keep a minus sign here. Please keep a minus sign. Now, what is the shortcut, everyone? अगर आपको याद आ रहा है, what is the shortcut I mentioned in the class? Whenever we acquire a company, do we add or do we subtract it? What is the shortcut, everyone? What is the shortcut? Whenever we acquire a company, the shortcut is what? Add or subtract? Hmm? We subtract it. When we acquire a company, we subtract it. Sir, when we sell a company, we add it. When we sell a company, we add it. But as I mentioned, science, please be aware of the science in the exam, but better is to use this method and so that you can easily get your 3 marks. Naito, you will do mistake simple. Yes, sir. Then in this question, there was a disposal also where we had to adjust the profit or loss. Dekho idhar. And when we dispose of the company, we get this value. And dividend also was that we have done in the class. Yes, sir. Sorry, yeah, the latest file I do not have. Or I've shared in the group where we have done the sugar company column, the other questions also. So this is clear to everyone. Yes, sir. So with this, your cash flow is done. So with this, your revision of the important topics we have done. Sir, what about small topics? If you want to revise the small topics, December batch lecture number 4, you can watch that where we have discussed IS 2023 here, and there's some small channel. Sir, we want to do IS 22, IS 41. You can refer the FR revision marathon. It will be clear. Yes, sir. So with this, I hope the revision marathon was helpful to each and everyone. So please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have any doubts regarding SBR or FR, you can message me or connect with me. Or if you want to enroll for the classes, either connect with me or Chinmay sir. And all the best for your exam. Once you're done with the exam, please do update me कि कैसे गया exam, sir, whether the revision marathon was helpful or not. And once you receive your results, if you clear the exam and these revision marathons were helpful, please do tag me or Chinmay sir or Super Influ Education on LinkedIn, and please do update us. So with this, bye bye. Have a good day. Signing off. Rather to everyone, and all the best for your exam.